At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com. MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time-tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into
everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
The Burt Nash Center has been serving Douglas County since 1950. We offer a wide range of behavioral health services for youth and their families, including individual, family, and group therapy, parent support, case management, and medication services. Reaching out can be a difficult step, but it's a crucial first step. Contact us at 785-843-9192 or visit our website at burtnash.org. Our team is here for your team.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter. used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Ottawa, Kansas is where we are stationed as the Cardinals road trip continues here at Steve Grogan Stadium, named for a graduate that went on to play QB for 16 years in the NFL with the Patriots. And it is the home stadium of a team who in the last 16 years have beat the Cardinals only 3 times. But that includes last season where the Cyclones spoiled homecoming for the Cardinals. Now though, these Cyclones have already matched their win total from last season as they are 3-0, and they will look to be hostile hosts here to the wandering winged birds that have traveled here for their second week straight on the road. When we're back, it's our pregame show here from Ottawa as we are about 12 minutes away from kickoff.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Caw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Caw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Caw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Caw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Here we are on the Caw Valley State Bank pregame show here from Ottawa. We're about to do the national anthem here. Go ahead and do it.
Join the marching Cyclones in the playing of our national anthem. We then invite you to remain standing for the Cyclone alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
now they're going to be playing their Ottawa alma mater as we get going on our Caw Valley State Bank pregame show. They're not just your bank, they're your neighbors. Caw Valley State Bank is proud to serve the Eudora community and is proud to support Cardinal athletics. For more information, visit their website at kawvalleystatebank.com. And before we get into previewing this game that's about to get started, Hayden, we have to wrap up how last week ended. It was a tough game. Cardinals have to come away from it feeling like they should have won that game. But when I talked with Coach Steffen about it in midweek, I asked him about Connor not throwing it away and had he talked to him about it and what was the conversation with him like after that. And he said he wasn't worried about it. He reminded me it is Connor's third game at starting quarterback, and to not be sounding the alarms, he was just looking to make a big play at a big time in the game. And of course it's not how you wanted that to play out, but that I think it's a lot better to have something like that happen now rather than in November when there's nothing you can do about it when you don't win games that you feel like you should. Go ahead and get a shot of they've got a very fun inflatable.
Can't say I've ever seen it before.
Yeah, a very an awesome intro that we'll see here for these Ottawa Cyclones. First time I've ever been here to Steve Grogan Stadium, but not the first time for the Cardinals. Every other year they have been here, every other year the Cyclones travel to Eudora, which is what they did last year, and they spoiled the Cardinals' homecoming for the first time that they got a win at Eudora District Stadium since 2013, and that was a. I made we were talking about a first-year mistake for Connor as a starting quarterback. Yep. I made a horrible mistake in my first year as a broadcaster by labeling that as a get-right game, which is to say that the Cardinals needed that win in order to just to feel good about themselves again, as they had just lost their first game of the season.
Rookie mistake.
They were 2-1 coming into a team up against a team that was 1-2, and they hadn't lost to since 2016. And I figured, of course, this is a get-right game for the Cards. And then they went on to lose, and I realized that you could blame me for that one. That's you can't say that as a broadcaster. That is all on me.
Lesson learned. It's all good.
Yeah, and this is going to be a great game here today, and it has a very different context to last season's where the Cardinals came in with a better record. Cardinals are now the 1-2 team, which was the Cyclones' record by Week 4 of last year, and the Cyclones are 3-0. I mentioned it in that intro. They have matched their win total. Last year they went 3-6, and that included losing out in the first round of the playoffs. But one of their 3 wins was the Cardinals. This time they are 3-0 already, including a victory over Atchison, which Atchison is the team that bounced Eudora from the postseason, and an undefeated season up until that point for Atchison. So a scary victory there. And then after that was Week 1. They then beat Baldwin and then Paola. Paola was only a field goal win, and Paola's 0-3. So there's a lot of different things to consider in the qualities of the opponents that they beat. But the win over Atchison is a very big win. They're the only team to have gotten the better of them. So far, the Phoenix are 2-1. I asked Coach Steffen about this. I said, last year the Cyclones went 3-6. Now they're 3-0. What have you noticed that has changed? And here's his answer verbatim. He said, Ottawa has played well and can be explosive on offense. I think Atchison and Baldwin are both teams that are struggling this year when they play against Frontier League opponents, and Paola is similar to us in that they are pretty young and inexperienced. I think by us playing Hayden and Spring Hill, they will have an edge regarding physicality when it takes to win a football game. So, big-time coach speak there.
Yep, that's about as confident as you'll hear a coach.
If you really want to read between the lines, that almost sounds like I expect us to win, which when I got that answer, I was like, wow, a real answer here. You get a lot of the coach speak when I talk with Steffen in midweek.
A lot of very correct, very
yes, just saying nothing that actually means much. Right. But that was a very real answer there, and I was sort of surprised how straightforward he was with that one. So this will be a fascinating game here. I was also talking with some of the Ottawa players. I have there's oddly enough a player that I went to school with at one point in time. Yep. And the vibe that I got from him was the Cyclones expect to win this game as well, which is
sets up for a fun game.
Sounds like it's going to be a great game of football. I do expect that it might be pretty low scoring, which would be going against the grain of most of this rivalry. I was looking through those last 16 years that I mentioned in the intro, and you see a lot of 30s. There was even a 50-point game for the Cardinals, but last year it was 17-14, and I think, again, we will likely see a lower-scoring, hotly contested game of football, and it is going to be a great time here as Steve Grogan Stadium here is rocking. There is a great turnout for both sides.
Yep.
And it is going to be a really big game here. The Cards looking to get back to 500 and spoil the undefeated season for the Cyclones, whereas the Cyclones look to roll on in what has been a surprising year here. I guess no one saw the severe weather warning that came out when these Cyclones got going this season, as they are off to a really, really hot start. And there is a player that we have to highlight on their team that is their main guy. If you want to find him on this sideline here and zoom in on him, Hayden, it is number 4, Nate Sims. He has there's about a 100% chance that he's got an offer from your favorite college team. Here in his only his junior year, he has an offer from both K-State and KU to play football. I was told that he was a track champion in the 200-meter last year in his sophomore year.
As a sophomore, yeah.
Nate Sims is going to be talked about a lot here today. When Coach Steffen, I asked him, what are your keys for the game? And he talked about, of course, you want to execute on offense. You want to get to your man on defense. And then he brought up special teams. He said, don't kick it to 4. And so that is going to be a big storyline here is Nate Sims' involvement. He had a great game against the Cardinals last year, but he also picked up a nagging injury that sort of limited him throughout that full game. So it'll be interesting to see what involvement he has here. He'll, of course, be trying to get onto every kick return, every loose ball.
Absolutely.
He'll be playing free safety and wide receiver. The 6'2", 176-pound junior is going to look to have a phenomenal game here today.
Sounds like one of those guys you just want to get the ball into his hands, right? If you have any opportunity,
any
any
every way
chance.
possible. And you know what? That was the Cardinals' number 4 last year, Adrian Seals. They wanted to find any and every way to get him the ball because he literally scored a 99-yard touchdown last year. And that sounds like the exact same player that Nate Sims is. As the coin toss is going on here at midfield, we're about 90 seconds away from kickoff. That kickoff will be brought to us by Main Street Scoops and Sweets. Main Street Scoops and Sweets offers premium Wisconsin-made ice cream from an in-house bakery with a variety of delicious baked goods. It's always ice cream time at Main Street Scoops and Sweets, and it is nearly football time here in Ottawa. Cardinals won the toss, deferred, so that means they will begin with the ball in the second half, but they will be kicking off here, and they will be going right to left on your screen. The teams getting their final handshakes out. And it is about time for Friday Night Lights here.
Might be the last friendly little spark we see out of these teams tonight. I have a feeling we're looking at a not aggressive, but a pretty fun, tense game of ball tonight. I don't expect a lot of high scoring either. I'm on the same page as you. I think it's going to be a fairly defensive matchup. Maybe not a whole lot of explosive stuff over the top, but that just makes it all the more exciting, right? Looking for those gotta have it moments, especially later in the game.
It was funny looking back at that Ottawa game last year. I brought up the way that the Chiefs tend to win games, which at that time when I brought it up was I said the Chiefs tend to win games 50-40, right?
Right.
They would just outscore how much they got scored on, and that was the Cardinals last year.
Every week.
This is a completely different team, similar to how last year for the Chiefs was just a completely different identity.
Right.
The Cardinals are a defense-first kind of team.
Running defense, yep.
And really, it's kind of just so we'll see what this means having the senior Steinlage take this kick.
Certainly a little bit different. It has been Grayson on those kickoffs, I believe, all season long to this point.
Yep. And Steinlage will kick it short, goes out to the opposing 30. So I see it now. I should have connected the dots already. It was a matter of not kicking it to 4.
Not giving it to 4.
Because Grayson Moody would have got it all the way to the end zone where Sims was set up. So they put Steinlage out there to kick it shorter out to the 30, get it to one of their up backs, and just limit that return from the track star with multiple offers, not even in his senior year.
I have a feeling if you're Nate Sims, he's going to have a whole lot of that tonight of just give me the ball, let me get a shot at it. I think we're going to see a whole lot of Coach Steffen saying, no, we're not going to give you a shot. We know how good you are. We know how explosive you are.
I'm seeing that we're having issues with the stream, but we've still got audio. We will fix that once there is a break here. But it is 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. They've got 3 on the right, 1 on the left. It is Hayden Hull. Hull tucks it under. He's going to try and run. And Hagan is in there to take him down along with Leland Bradshaw, somebody who Coach Steffen highlighted to me. I asked him a question, who do you want to step up in this game today? And he said on offense, I want to see Connor Watson have a really big day. And he said, I want to see Leland Bradshaw continue to do what he has been doing so far this year, and that is get in on tackles. The D-line has been really big for the Cards.
They've been big all year long.
2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line. Hull drops back, looking to throw, looking right, throwing right. He's got a man, and it is dropped. Dante Sylvie was in behind the defense. Had he brought that in, he was gone. He was against Van Dong. That is not the first, not the fifth, not the 10th time that the Cardinals have had that exact thing happen, which is get burned on the outside, and then the throw is just somewhat a little bit inaccurate, and they get out of jeopardy. But you really can't keep living dangerously like that, but the Cardinals do get away with that one. It's now a quick 3rd down here.
Just looks like confidence on defense to me from the coaching of trusting your guys on the outside one-on-one to just survive long enough.
Hull is going to look to throw again. And now he scrambles to his left, back to his right, trying to keep his eyes downfield, but he's going to tuck it. He might be able to get the space. He is into Cyclones territory, gets the 1st down, and then Van Dong hits him out of bounds. So a flag will fly here. That's going to be an extra 15 yards after the 1st down was converted. You said that you expected the pleasantries to end after the coin toss, and yeah, Van Dong hit him out of bounds. I on the drive in here to Ottawa, about 10 miles out, I was driving through a field of sunflowers. It was just a field of yellow, and it reminded me of last year's game against the Cyclones, a field of yellow. The Cardinals got penalized countless times. I literally tried to keep count, and I lost count. The Cardinals got flagged repetitively last season. It was a huge struggle all season, and of course week 1 flags were a real struggle. Specifically, the false start was a big problem for the Cards.
They've been cleaned up to this point.
Yes, that has really not been much of an issue. Of course, there's been the occasional one, but that happens to every team out there at every level.
Of course.
But they will move this one 15 yards further. Again, just wanted to say, I know we do not have the stream, the camera right now. We will get that fixed once there is a full break here, but we still have audio. So just doing it radio style. So they are now at the 31 of the Cardinals.
Move past midfield, well past midfield already. Not an ideal start for the Cardinals.
Hull's carry, which he was very reluctant to take, already had gotten them into Cardinals territory, and then an extra 15 after Van Dong's penalty. Hull still wanting to throw here. Tucked it down for a second, backs up, thought better of it, and now he might be having to run again. Hagen chasing him down, and from the 45 he will throw, and it's caught! Unbelievable. Hull he decided to run that ball twice and wasn't allowed to actually do it, and then got the throw off, and it right at the edge of the red zone. A 1st down, an unbelievable play there.
Just unbelievable. I believe that was Cole McGrath on the catch, and just that's the kind of improv, right, where if you're that Cardinals defense, you got in the backfield, you did your job, right? You got him running around. I believe it was George Hagen in the backfield, actually got hands on the QB and almost brought him down. Just the kind of plays that you'll be wanting back for sure.
They're now just literally an inch outside of the red zone. 3 receivers. It's going to be a give to Sims to the left side. Sims at the 15 and pushed out at the 12, and then another flag comes in here way late. The play was completely done, so there could be another unnecessary roughness. Not sure. It's in the offensive backfield.
May have been a hold. I didn't see anything, though.
Looks like they're marking Sims just short of the 1st. We do have holding against the Cyclones. If that penalty came in when the flag was thrown, which is what you would assume, then Sims will still get most of that run, but they will be outside of the red zone. Actually, it looks like they are backing it up, maybe the full 10. Let's see. Referee still trotting downfield to spot it.
Does appear to be a full 10 to this point. It looks like got some discussion from the refs trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they were at like the 20 1/4, so they might let Sims pick up maybe a yard, which is tough because he actually picked up 9.
Yep.
But it's a break for the Cards, so they are now to the 29, and it is still going to. It's 1st down now. It'll be 1st and 19. So at the 29-yard line, Hull keeps it running, spinning, wrapped up and brought down by 3 or 4 Cardinals. First one I saw in there was number 17. Got to get my roster here. That's Riley Nice. So Hull has been the main man here, which of course started quarterback. That's what you would expect, but he has tucked it down quite a few times. Yeah, some seemingly against his will most of the time.
Yep.
He was stopped for no gain on that one, so now 2nd and 19 from the 29. 4 wide. Hull wanting to throw, being chased down by Klobes. Rolls to his right, throws right, going deep to the corner of the end zone. It is caught but did not get his feet down. Aiden McCullough
Oh my goodness, I don't think that could have been.
Christian Jarrett, and Christian Jarrett completely misread that ball in the air, and we have another flag down. Reminded of those sunflowers, I guess, here early on.
I don't know how much closer that could have been to being in bounds. I mean,
I thought he got it.
Had control of the ball, toes down. I thought it was a touchdown as well.
Christian Jarrett looked up at that one and maybe thought that it was out of bounds. I'm not sure.
Lost it in the sky, maybe?
Sort of, yeah, potentially. He really gave up on it. And McCullough completely had a chance to bring that one in the end zone.
Pretty much uncontested. Of course, his contestant was the boundary, but.
And it would have counted as the flag will come in holding against the Cards. So that second down play will result in, I believe it'll be a 10-yard gain, should become 2nd and 9.
All the deliberation to move the ball right back to where it was, huh?
Just heard Coach Steffen yell out, "Sir, sir," talking to the white hat, asking him to get over to him, tell him what went on that play. So it is now at the 19, and it is 2nd and 9. So for the first time today, Cyclones in the red zone.
Barely in the red zone, but the red zone counts, right?
Yeah. They were barely out before.
Yeah? All you got to do is be in it just a little bit. 2nd and 9 here for the Cyclones.
They've got 3 wide on the left side. Hull looking to the left. He's got a man wide open and completely overthrows him. It was Shaden Knapp was wide open. Not a single Cardinal
as open as you could be.
A 10-yard, what's the radius? And Hull completely overthrew him.
And I don't care what level of football we're talking about, high school, college, pro, it doesn't get more open than that. You don't get a whole lot more open.
Absolutely been a touchdown, an unbelievable miss. So now 3rd and 9. Twice the Cardinals have been bailed out.
Caught a break, yep. And you got to feel like you're catching a break, right? Not only do you not get the touchdown, but now you're looking at 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I guess you could say 3 times they've gotten a break.
Yep.
So 3rd and 9, only 2 wide this time, 2 in the backfield as well, and the Cardinals jump. There's been a laundry load out here so far, and that is going to make it 3rd and 5 unless it happens to be against the Cyclones. It is against the Cards, so actually make it 3rd and 4, putting them to the 14-yard line.
And why'd you have to make the Sunflower Field reference? We're going to have to do a laundry load again this evening, huh?
Making more rookie mistakes, I guess. Can't forgive me now.
Can't forgive you.
You're supposed to know better.
You're supposed to be teaching me. I'm supposed to be the one making rookie mistakes here.
So here is the 3rd and 4 play complete. But yes, they got a first down there just on the edge of Cyclones territory. Carnegie gives here to Moody once again.
And it's been, we got a flag out here. We'll take a look at it. Although this drive has been a lot of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it to an extent. It's been the same formation a lot of the time. They'll put Braden Van Dong in motion over to that right side. He'll start on the left side of the line, move over to the right. And it's just been a consistent 3, 4, 5 yards for Grayson Moody. Although that one will be holding against the Cards, going to come back 10.
I most definitely, I think I'm 2 for 2 in my career against jinxing the Cardinals against Ottawa. Because I said that the penalties didn't seem to be much of a problem anymore in the same way that they were last year.
I believe this is number 5, number 6 on the night.
Yeah, maybe there's something special with these Cyclones there. They find a way to get under your skin. Holding here makes it 1st and 20 from the 38. The give this time to the freshman, Duncan! Duncan gets almost all of it back. A huge carry there by the freshman, number 21.
Oh, and he was about 1 shoelace tackle away from maybe taking that one to the house. Just great vision, great explosiveness out of Keelan Duncan right there. Oh, so close to tying this game up for the Cards. Can't complain about a carry like that, though. Brings it from 1st and I believe 20 all the way back to 2nd down and 2.
And that's something we've seen a lot of, is those explosive plays, but they don't go all the way. And I think that would be the change if the Cardinals are to be that dangerous team come November.
Absolutely.
Because they have the defense. If they can make those big plays, huge plays, I think
actually
that's it.
Work, yes. And finish those with big drives, big scores.
Carnegie under center, White out wide, Hendrickson in motion, the give here. I believe it was Moody.
Moody gets the carry, taken down across the 40-yard line.
It was, and he has another first down for the Cards.
And this has been certainly not as explosive of a drive as we saw out of Ottawa right there. Maybe not even on explosive plays, but they moved right past midfield pretty much immediately. But you can't complain at all from what you're seeing right now. Just been Nice and consistent. 4 yards in a cloud of dust, maybe.
Ottawa's drive was very much so assisted at the end by the Cardinals with 4 different penalties going against them. A 1st and 10 here. Carnegie under center, 39-yard line. White, the main receiver to the left. Going to be a little pitch to Moody. And Moody's still going. Still going. And he'll get 5 or 6. Moody always good for 5 or 6, it seems. So Seth Ferguson in on the tackle. So it'll be 2nd and 5. Cardinals driving here. And again, it is Houston Carnegie under center. Moody, the main back. White out wide. That flex bone formation we've seen all year long. Van Dong in motion. Give to Moody again. Moody, huge gain.
Going to be a clear first down, and once again, maybe one shoelace tackle away. This Cyclones defense on the back half has just been disciplined so far on if the running back does get to that level, they're not letting anything go by, and I think we've got 2 saved touchdowns purely because of the tackling discipline from those that secondary on the back half so far.
But when you're working with a sophomore and a freshman running back, which of course they're now going to be getting a little more comfortable in this role,
right,
but still, those big plays like that are just
massive.
It's such a big confidence boost for those players as individuals and for the team as a whole.
Right.
Here's another first down. Van Dong in motion to the right. Carnegie gives to Moody. Moody working around the 12-yard line is where he'll go down. Man, is he an impressive runner.
Say, how impressive has Grayson Moody been so far this season? Had his name called up, and he stepped right up to the plate, and he's been phenomenal since then.
There's a reason that he earned that number 2 spot.
Absolutely. And we all know how dominant Errol Seaman is when he's playing, but how comfortable does that have to make you as a coach to know that in scenarios like this where you have to slot in that second guy, you've got someone who can step right up and be consistent and be not only a contributor but a leader of this offense to this point in the year.
And you can't help but also smile when you think about the next 2 years with a running back like that. Duncan is out there. White on the left. It's going to be a give to Duncan, the freshman, going to his right. Still on his feet, and he will be brought down after maybe 3 or 4. Can go a little zoomed in. Carnegie walking over to the sideline to get the call. Errol Seaman was originally the backup quarterback, but of course, being out for this full regular season. These are not Carnegie's first snaps, but it is Carnegie's first start.
Which again, when it comes to things that just make you smile, right? Things that are cool to see.
We see on the left, George Hagan alongside Preston White. Hendrickson in motion. The give here, Moody towards the end zone, and I think he's a yard short.
Oh, so close.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
Shy by, I think, less than a yard. He got so close, if not stopped just barely by one of those Cyclone defenders right at the goal line. But I think the game plan here is fairly simple, right?
What a beautiful drive for these Cards. They've even overcome their own holding penalty. Now all the way down to the goal line. This has got to be one of the best drives we've seen all year.
Absolutely,
and
I'd say the best.
Against the 3-0 team, so this is not small potatoes here.
I think we run the ball a little more, right?
Could we see even maybe a Carnegie QB sneak?
I would love it.
Carnegie gives to Moody. Moody!
Oh my goodness.
Wow, held short.
What a stand. 2nd down and goal to go from the 1 once again. I wouldn't change the game plan. I don't know about you, but I'm still running the ball at this point. It's been working so well. You got technically 2 more downs.
I want to see Houston pull the Josh Allen, get airborne. Just maybe not actually.
Let's preserve the quarterbacks we do.
Would be fun.
It would certainly be fun.
That same flex bone formation.
Crowd getting
loud here for the Cyclones. In motion, Van Dong. Give to Moody, and Moody's in. Only had to take a half step before he was in the end zone.
No resistance that time.
And the senior Steinlage will be called upon to try and tie this game up. The Cardinals with a really good opening drive.
I would dare say that was the best drive of the entire year to this point. I mean, that was, even with penalties holding you back, just continuing time after time after time to get those chunk plays when you needed them, and no negative rushing plays there. Every single time someone got the ball, aside from that goal line where they didn't have a gain, positive yardage every single play.
Steinlage up and good. I would say it's one of the best openings we've seen because the Cardinals have tended to offensively come out of the gate pretty slow. The defense has always been right there, but the offense has been a little bit slow. Yep. And so to have such an effective drive there, get all the way to the end zone, and I think it was entirely Grayson Moody and Keelan Duncan. A great first drive there. Cardinals tied this one up. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
All right, Steinlage back out there to kick off here. Let's see, where do they have Sims set up? They still have Sims standing at his own 5-yard line. But I imagine we'll see the exact same thing we saw the first time, which is a shorter kick, and we do. Hey, Hayden. Shorter kick out to the 29-yard line and brought down at the 36. So the Cyclones starting in about the same spot. Cardinals will be hoping to do better in terms of penalties here on this defensive drive.
Yeah, we can't even say better on defense because the defense was all right. It was just the penalties.
No, there were huge amounts of help provided just simply by penalties. And the Cyclones even had one of their own that put them at 2nd and 19, but the Cardinals had multiple penalties that sort of canceled out.
Kind of erased that.
Yeah, that benefit that was provided to them. Sims is in the slot on the right side. He's one of 3 receivers. Hull will give this one. It's a big carry here and brought down right at the 45. Looks like it was Klobes in on the tackle.
I believe that was the first handoff to the running back today. I'm not quite sure. I believe that was the first one.
If it's not, it's the second.
Not many.
It's been entirely Hull so far.
And that just stretches the defense a little bit thinner when you have the threat of not only the running back but also the quarterback taking off. Just keeps that defense on their toes a little more, opens up the offense just a little bit.
Yeah, Hull, the junior quarterback, will throw to the right. He's got Sims. Sims has the first. He's in Cardinal territory, making 2 men miss. 3. And finally, Van Dong brings it down after he set down Janovec and Klobes, 2 players who we have complimented on many times for their sound tackling all season. And Sims made him look a little silly on that one.
Don't give it to 4.
Yeah.
Don't give it to 4.
And referee signaling to stop the clock for an official timeout, I believe. Was the signal there? Yes, it was a first down, of course. Clock stops for a bit, which it had been allowed to roll there erroneously. So now 1st and 10 in Cardinal territory. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Sims motioning, takes the handoff on the jet sweep, going left. Bowser was trying to chase him down. A flag is down, and Jarrett will shove Sims out of bounds. We'll have to see what the flag is here.
Jarrett and Janovec on the tackle over on the sideline.
Don't forget to get the white hat. Holding on the home team here.
Gonna back him up just a little bit more.
Yeah, second time we've seen that on that exact play. I want to say it was a Sims jet sweep last time.
It was.
That he picked up a good few. I think it was 9, and it was canceled out by a holding penalty. So something with that switch of fields going from right to left that the Cyclones need to make sure they clean up. And I think that's actually a compliment to the Cardinals. When it comes to holding like that, that likely means somebody was getting in behind their block, and then the blocker panicked, did something that they shouldn't have. So the Cardinals, I assume that those flags means that the Cardinals have come in knowing what is going to happen, how they want to get the ball to number 4, how to try and shut Sims down. 20 seconds left here. They're now back in their own territory, the Cyclones, on 1st and 19. Hull looking downfield. Firing for Sims. Sims will bring it in, and he will score. Sims got behind Cy Thomas, and I think that's the first time that's finally actually hurt the Cardinals.
Actually bit the Cardinals, yep.
But that has happened to them all year long. I bet
felt like they were playing with fire, right?
I bet the Cyclones were watching film and saying, "Oh my word, we're not going to miss that one."
We can use that.
And maybe that's why Hayden Hull got a little bit too excited on those previous 2 times. But Hull did not miss on that occasion. Sims with his second touchdown.
And I believe there was actually a safety over the top specifically to defend the deep ball as well. It just goes to show you the speed and explosiveness of Nate Sims, how easily he was able to get behind the defense.
Cardinals will have to clean that up if they want to survive here against Nate Sims. We thought it might be a little bit low scoring, but it has been
looking like
3 drives, 3 touchdowns here as we go to break with 8 seconds left in this first quarter.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
So Hayden, getting hurt over the top like that for the Cardinals, is that something that an in-game adjustment can fix, or is that something where it's just going to be reps out at corner that'll hopefully go better eventually for these Cardinals defenders?
I mean, there are absolutely things you can do. You can just simply change up coverages. I'm not quite sure what the coverage call was on that one, but something as simple as going from man to zone can make a big difference in how you guard that deep ball.
Hubler is going to return this one. Hubler with some room, just the kicker to beat. Hubler!
How about that?
30. Can he go all the way? No, the kicker will get him at the 15, but a huge play from Des Hubler.
Setting himself up in the red zone to start out the drive. We were talking about how we expected a defensive game here. We expected something a little bit more paced and slow.
I don't think that anybody has ever gone into a quarter break down a touchdown feeling so good as we are about to do right now.
Oh, my goodness. I mean,
at Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, well, in the quarter break, we got some information, and I think that the Cardinals have a duty to perform, as last year their homecoming was spoiled. They've got the class of 84, 94, and 14 here for their 40th, 30th, and 10-year anniversaries, which is fun. But boy, would the Cardinals love to play spoiler in the same way that the Cyclones did last year. And it is still Carnegie out there under center for this second drive for the Cardinals as they begin the second quarter. So that has me a bit intrigued, Hayden. When I was told that Carnegie was starting, I sort of got the vibe that there was just something
maybe a drive, right?
Where Connor would get right back in there. And when I was talking to Coach Steffen just yesterday, he said everybody would play the same way they did the day before, or the game before.
The week before,
and he was talking about expecting to see improvements from Connor.
I think we both heard that and kind of went, okay,
and we saw
no big
and we
deal.
saw Connor Watson warming up in pregame, so he's fine. I figured he would be back in by the second drive. He's not out there. Hasn't been a problem so far. Just a point of interest there as Carnegie's toss to Moody here will be halted because there is a flag.
If I had to guess, likely a hold, but we'll see.
Well, it started so fast. Could just be a false start. And it is a false start. That same problem for week 1, for the Cardinals in week 1.
You had to make the laundry comment.
And
you just had to.
Something else with that huge play from Hubler, which is so phenomenal, such an amazing play.
Yep.
But it sort of relates to that same thing of not actually scoring with
not
those
finishing
big plays,
those big
right?
Moments,
Which there's only so much you can ask. Hubler did amazing. Let's be very clear. Amazing play.
Not critiquing.
But now the fact that there's still work to do, and it's now 2nd and long here, it's just a little bit. I think that's the change that the Cardinals could make to be such a dangerous team. Here's Moody. Moody will get about 5.
Got about half of it back. Still looking at 3rd and medium, bordering on 3rd and long here. But you're right. It's one of those things where you can. Making the big plays has not been an issue for the Cardinals all year.
Right.
We've seen plenty of that. They've made the big plays everywhere. They've made them with, dare I say, a level of consistency. But you just hate to see those big plays not turn into points on the board. I mean, how many times against Spring Hill just last week?
I was just going to say. I was going to say last week it was
massive plays. Yes,
like Spring Hill would make big plays and not be able to finish.
Turnover on downs in the red zone, or a fumble, or
and it's just I don't know. There's something. But it's 3rd. How about this? Cardinals in the red zone. 3rd down here.
Let's be positive.
Carnegie under center. Hendrickson in motion. The toss to Moody to the left. Moody bobbles it for a second, which meant that he stopped his forward progress and is going to be brought down after getting maybe 2. Or maybe even no gain. And
now interested to see the call from Coach Steffen, because it appears the offense is not trotting off the field yet.
I've seen 3 signals now for false start for the referees, but I don't. Maybe that move means something else. I'm not sure. Do you know, Hayden, if that false start signal means anything else from the referees?
I suppose it could mean to keep the clock running, but
4th and
I would think a different
here.
signal.
Cardinals going for it. Same formation, the flex bone.
Worth noting, we haven't seen a pass through the air yet tonight.
Correct. Van Dong in motion. Carnegie will look to throw, and he's got Hagen. Hagen up, and it's incomplete.
Oh, my goodness.
It was in the hands of George Hagen for just a moment.
I love the aggression. Let me start with that. I do like the aggression a lot, because we haven't seen that Ottawa offense stopped yet, but I love that aggression from Coach Steffen, because the play call was good. The execution wasn't quite there, but the play call was good.
So of all the drives to not go for a touchdown, it's the one where they started in the red zone. That's our first. All the first 3 drives today went for a touchdown after Hubler's phenomenal return.
The one that starts 15 out is the one that doesn't end in a touchdown.
And could not get into the end zone. But it does mean the Cyclones start here in the dread zone, which there were, noting. When I was watching back last year's matchup, there were some crazy things that went wrong for both teams in the dread zone. There were multiple unforced fumbles. One apiece. As here a carry, and a strong carry will get them out of the dread zone and a first down. Big tackle by Van Dong on Dante Sylvie, but it was actually Dante Sylvie who made a huge conversion, a really, really big conversion late in the game. Cyclones had the lead, and then the ball just fell out of his hands. No one hit it. It just came out of his hands, and the Cardinals fell on it, and that was a huge moment. And then on that ensuing drive, the same thing happened for the Cards. A handoff went wrong. The ball hit the floor. Cyclones fell on it. So there's been a lot of things that have gone wrong for both these teams at this part of the field when playing each other. But another huge carry. Is this Sylvie again? Jarrett hasn't wrapped up. Bowser in on it.
Not before a huge gain, though. About 25
Cardinals
right
bring
there.
him down at the 48, 23-yard run.
Man, oh man, and it's worth noting here, we're nowhere close to panic mode, right, if you're the Cardinals. However, it is worth noting that if you're already down by 1 possession and the Cyclones have started out this drive with 2 very nice runs that have pushed them right out to midfield.
Christian Jarrett, sorry, Hayden. Christian Jarrett slow to get up here.
Is over the sideline under his own power.
They are going to actually take an injury timeout, even though he seemed to pop up pretty quick. We'll go ahead and keep you here, though. Hayden, you want to finish your thought there?
It's nowhere near panic mode, but as a defense, you do have a little bit of strain on you now because the Cyclone offense has been so effective and so efficient. You really don't want to get yourself in a 2-possession hole, right? You really want to try to stall this drive at midfield if at all possible. Because the way this offense looks, a 2-score deficit may not be easy to climb out of at this point in the night. But, of course, lots of ball left. Neither defense has looked weak, we should say. Plenty of good plays out of both.
I don't think that injury to Jarrett is too serious, but even just having him out for a moment out of the secondary will be a big loss for the time being.
He's over on the sideline looking.
Yeah, he seems
almost
eager
excited, right?
to get back out there, but Preston White is his backup on offense, and he's been playing mostly that starter role here today, and he was somebody when I talked to Coach Steffen in midweek, I was asking him questions about CJ, and he was answering.
Oh, bad snap.
And a bad snap here, just as I was talking about those unforced fumbles. That's a big play for the Cards. That'll make it 2nd and long and put the Cyclones back in their own territory.
2nd and a country mile. Go ahead.
But, yeah, I was asking him about CJ. He got that 77-yard touchdown, and he was like, hey, don't forget, Preston White had a 50-yard catch too. And
he did.
It wasn't that I had forgotten. I was just talking about the touchdown play, but he was like, Reed, Preston White
too.
makes plays. Don't forget. So he might have a bigger role if there is something nagging CJ.
Certainly seems trusted by the coaching staff to this point.
2nd and 21 on the 38-yard line. Hull looking to throw. He's got 4 receivers. He's looking for McCullough.
Right through the hands.
McCullough, it was just a little bit behind him. McCullough could not make that adjustment. Hull has had some wide open misses here so far, which is a big let off. A quarterback in his junior year, so he's still figuring out the reins of this team. But
we shouldn't let it get past us, though. He did also hit his man right in the hands for that earlier touchdown. So, mixed signs, nothing overwhelmingly negative. But you're absolutely right.
And I don't know what that'll mean, because that means that the Cardinals need to make changes, but they might almost feel a little comfortable they're getting let off. But hopefully that's not the case. You wouldn't actually assume that to be at all.
A little formation switch here.
Is Dante Sylvie sprinting across.
Out into empty.
So Hull will throw once again under pressure. Evades the pocket and now is going to run. And he is ushered out of bounds by Connor Moore.
A solid game, but the punt unit will come out. Going to be still 4th down.
So following the unsuccessful drive from the Cards, we have the first unsuccessful drive for the Cyclones as they will come out to punt. It is Carter Hepner, the senior.
Little warm-up out there on the field. And like we said,
and
defense being stout.
Christian Jarrett is out there to return, so he's back on the field. He has been someone we've been talking about that he has gotten really close to breaking loose.
Absolutely.
Boy, would he love to do it on a game like this with Nate Sims, somebody much alike to CJ, but he will abandon ship on this one. And a phenomenal punt by Hepner. It'll roll all the way to the 3.
Oh, my goodness.
CJ had to bail out of that one because if he had caught it, he would have just been immediately tackled. You might, in retrospect, say fair catch that one, but it was going to be tough. He was hoping it would go all the way to the end zone. Instead, the Cardinals, just like where that drive began for the Cyclones, deep in the dread zone.
Backed up.
What that means is going to have to be execution. The snap, the handoffs, everything needs to be done well, and I am seeing I spy with my little eye, number 1 out on the field, the senior Connor Watson has come back to his role under center here, and the Cardinals need some execution from the senior. Watson gives that one, and Moody will get, looks like 3.
Not a bad start to the drive. You just don't want any negative plays, especially at this point, right? You can't afford to go backwards. And they're going to go 2nd down and 5 on that one. Going to go a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, how could I possibly assume that Moody didn't get at least 5?
How dare you? It certainly feels like it, though, right? I mean, every time he falls forward for at least 3 or 4.
Watson tosses. Moody cutting inside, and he is hit there pretty hard, but stayed up. And now down, looks like maybe 4. Let's assume 5.
I actually agree with you. Looked like about 4. They are. They're going to rule it 3rd down and 1, so just a little bit to go. And a big 3rd down here.
Big. Even if this drive ends in a punt, they would just like to buy more breathing room for Steinlage to do so.
Absolutely.
So here is Watson leading the flex bone formation. Moody. Van Dong in motion. It's a give to Moody. He's got the first. And he will go down at the 19.
Just great timing, right? If you're going to pop one off, if you're going to use that explosiveness for one of these early possessions, 3rd and 1. That's where your team needs you. We call those the money downs, right? That's where these guys later on in their football careers make your money, is how good are you on those critical downs. And you're right, even if this possession does end up in a punt, you just would hate to put your punter in that kind of situation, right? Saying, hey, here's about 5 yards of room standing in the end zone. Try to get a good punt off from here.
And if the Cardinals could just keep the chains moving like they did in their opening drive, there will be no problems. Moody, again, still got 5 or 6. He should change his jersey number to 5.5 because that's what he gets on every carry.
Right. And that's what the first drive was. I mean, just nothing that looked too flashy, but you see that 4 or 5 yard carry, another 4 or 5 yard carry, another 4 or 5 yard carry. And you look up and, they've converted every third down. They haven't really gone backwards. They've run clock. The offense has stayed in rhythm. Those drives are so good to get an offense in tempo and to push that confidence up.
They actually called it an 8-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 2. And here's the give to 22. And is the ball out? Not sure. Just based on the way that the bodies were moving around, but it was just Moody being the strong back that he is. The first guy to touch him will never be the one to bring him down.
No. And again, how high of praise is this for a year 10, a sophomore? We've got 2 more years of this.
Speaking of 10, it's 1st and 10. Moody moved the chains. Will they go to the back again? They sure will. They've brought Watson out there on the field, but so far it's just been to fake the run and pull the defense in. I imagine here there will probably be a few more gives to Moody first, but that one of those plays he is going to keep it. And if he can, before he does that, if he can lull them into a false sense of, don't worry guys, I'm giving it to 22, and then he could break it away, that could be a huge play for the Cardinals.
And you said speaking of 10 1st and 10, I was going to say speaking of 10 number 10s out there, and Chris and Jarrett did run off right there, a little sub out.
And Moody once again.
5.5 yards.
Yeah, that might have been. Honestly, that was a 2nd and 6 carry. He might have gotten.
Yep,
all
they're
of
going to roll 1st down and 10.
They
I believe he got about 7.
This has been the Grayson Moody show so far. Hopefully, you've got him on your fantasy team, picking up all the yards so far
on your Frontier League fantasy lineups.
Yep. Man, we should do that.
We should do that. That'd be amazing.
I don't know if that's legal, but.
Yeah, I guess we are referring to high school sports, aren't we?
Moody's literally a minor. 1st and 10 at the 43.
We should stop. That would be fun, though.
And this time it's Keelan Duncan. No, Watson did keep it here.
Faked you out, faked me out.
Yeah, I was lulled into the false sense of security.
I thought I was excited. Keelan Duncan got through the first level and had green grass in front of him. I got a little bit excited right there, only to realize he didn't have the ball in his hands.
Watson looks like he got 5 on that. 4, they'll say.
That's the goal, right?
If you want to
fake, just get positive yards.
Moving right now.
Also worth noting, these long drives are much more exhausting on a defense than those one-play touchdowns are.
Especially when you're running it up the gut every time.
Right.
Watson keeps again. He's got room to the left side. And spun right into his defender there at the 51. So pick up a 4. It'll be 3rd and manageable. There was something, the Baldwin crew, I brought this up last year, that the Baldwin Sports Live crew, they call them good 3rd downs. Which is just another word to say 3rd and manageable, but you want those good 3rd downs where you come into it feeling confident that you're going to beat the defense. That's exactly what the Cards have right here on 3rd and 1. And some trouble with the handoff. They might not get this 3rd and 1.
Looks like he went backwards, actually.
It seemed like they were almost fighting over the ball, and then actually a Cyclones player came away with the ball. Referees, though, making no indication that that's actually possession for the Cyclones.
It's going to be 4th and 1. Watson looking over to the sideline, going to go check with Coach Steffen.
Yeah, I
looks
feel
like the offense is staying out.
I feel like there have been quite a few of those breakdowns between Moody and Watson on who is going to take it away, and I think that's a matter of using the read option and just 2 people that are at their first year starting at their positions.
Right, that chemistry.
So now can you call it a good 4th down and a jump from the defense? Cardinals will grab a 1st. By way of the penalty flag.
That's the one.
Encroachment on the D.
Not sure if that was just the defense moving or if it was a hard count, but.
Yeah, I saw Van Dong and the full offensive line just getting absolutely hyped after making the Cyclones jump. A big play there. One of the few times the Cardinals have been the benefactor of a penalty here early. I say early.
Once again, got to have it, though, right?
We're only 2 minutes from halftime. This game's moving quick.
It does. That's what running the ball does, right? A few incompletions. We've slowed down on the flags.
Watson rolling right, wants to throw to White, and he's got White, and he dropped it.
Oh, it was in his chest, too.
Preston White. He ran that curl route really well, bought some space there.
Settled himself down, right
against
spot.
Mason Hickox, and just couldn't bring it in.
Oh, and a solid throw from Watson, too. That bootleg out straight to his right side, got himself a little bit of time, feet set, good throw. But, of course, first down, right? If we're going to have one of those incompletions, we like to do it on first down.
Great point. White back out there on the left. They always say you should go right back to him.
Yep.
Will we see that on this play? No, we won't. Moody going back to Moody. And Moody brought down by the safety.
Man.
He got there. He got inside the 25.
We talked about it earlier on that first drive, I believe, for the Cyclones.
Twice
for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
2 times on the first drive, 1 time right here on the second drive. Third drive, I suppose, for the Cardinals. That is the 3rd time the second-level secondary of this defense has directly saved a touchdown from one of the Cards' running backs.
But it was a huge run by Moody, and it's 1st and 10 at the 24. Moody again.
Moody on the carry.
Brought down after getting 4.
Of course he went forward, right?
Seth Ferguson made the tackle.
The most reliable 4 yards in existence, right? Give it to Grayson. He could trip at the line of scrimmage and he'll stumble forward for 4 yards.
Cardinals would love to get this score in right under the gun with 90 seconds left. They don't want to give anything to Ottawa, especially considering they have Nate Sims on their offense.
Good timing as well.
The give to Moody again. Close to that chain. I think he got the first. He did. So that'll temporarily stop the clock.
And looking at a minute 21, and the situation we're in, I believe the Cardinals deferred at kickoff.
Yep.
So you're down by 1 possession here. You're sitting at 14-7. Now you're at a situation where with 80 seconds left on the clock, if you play your time management right here, they could score, play some good defense, go into halftime tied 14-14, and then you get the ball back right out to start the second half. Within 10 minutes of game time, this could easily flip, even less, from a game you're down a possession in to all of a sudden you've got the lead and you've got Ottawa on their toes.
First timeout we've seen here taken today. It's taken by the Cards. They are talking about how they want to attack this 1st and 10 from the 13. I think the ideal way to go about it, if they want to concern themselves with getting all of the clock off, would be to get that first down, but not the touchdown.
Yep.
Let the clock run even more.
Force a couple of timeouts out of the Cyclones.
Though, you know, we're sort of that's almost a bit of an insult to the defense.
Right.
Maybe they'd love to get the defense back out there to try to let them make a play, though turnovers have really not been the MO for this Cardinals team. I talked about that difference between a conservative defense where you just make the plays, you do your fundamentals, and an aggressive defense where you decide we're going to give up more touchdowns than we should, but we're also going to score touchdowns by way of pick sixes and fumbles. And that's not – the Cardinals have gone for that conservative approach.
Live by the sword, die by the sword has not been the approach of this Cards defense.
Van Dong going right, Watson, and there's a flag in as Watson tucks this one. And another flag comes in as he's wrapped down to the 11. 2 different flags on this play.
Check and see the call on this one. Those 2 flags came in different spots, different times. Could be offsetting.
Yeah, one was in the offensive backfield, and then one was right where Watson was tackled, but it was before the tackle was made. So the crew talking it over. 1:16 left.
Sounds like a hold to me, but we'll obviously have to wait for the call and see here. See here. Voice cracks. Okay, good. Got it.
Crew now seemingly talking it over with the Cyclones players. I think that's more the Cyclones have surrounded the referees. I'll go back to the crew.
They're saying, what's the call, guys? What's the call? Here comes the white hat.
Zoom in on him. Zoom in. Both penalties on the Cardinals. There was illegal shift and holding. So they will be backed up 5. It'll stay first down.
That does line up with what we saw, pre-snap penalty. That's where the flag in the backfield was, and then the hold as Connor Watson was rolling out to that right side, trying to grab a couple of extra yards. I believe he got 2.
Yeah, the Cards love those motion plays. There must have just been something wrong there. Either 2 players moving at once, or Van Dong may have stepped forward at the time of the snap.
Well, it's tough to get away with that when everyone's moving right. A tug on a jersey looks like a blatant hold.
So now it's 1st and 18 with a momentarily stopped clock, which now runs. Van Dong does go in motion, and now Watson wanting to throw to his left, and he does throw towards Hagan. Hagan brings it down. Is that a fumble? Whoa, incomplete.
Incomplete. I thought that was a fumble as well.
Hagan was 9/10 of the way to completing that catch, bringing it down, and what they say, making a football move.
Yep.
But that one is knocked loose, so it'll just be 2nd and 18. Hagen, that's the second time we've seen him targeted on big plays. I don't think we've called his name much in terms of offensive targets.
Much more on the defensive
line. Of course,
line.
He makes big plays on defense. But it's interesting seeing number 0 get involved on O. Number O, I should have said. Get involved on O.
Getting the O involved on O.
Yeah. So 2nd and 18. No longer the flex bone formation. Watson again rolling to his weak side left. Goes to Hendrickson. And Hendrickson might have gotten all of it. Clock will continue to run, so I suppose not, but it'll be close.
Pretty darn close. And we were talking about it earlier, right? Just you keep going back. It can be running back a kick return and not being able to finish with points, or almost completing a catch and not quite being able to hold on to it. Just not only getting in position for these explosive plays, but actually executing on them, right?
Yeah, my bad. I said he might have gotten all of it. I was confusing the line of scrimmage with the first down because
Still 10 to go.
Because they were 8 yards back.
Yep.
So it was an 8-yard pickup. It's
He
now
did
3rd
get
and 10.
those yards
Cardinals
back.
letting a lot of the clock run here. I guess they might just be electing
maybe?
for a field goal. Yeah, as Coach Steffen is standing right next to one of the referees. And they will now take a timeout. We can keep you here with 19 seconds left. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought is there. I guess just making sure that either they score the touchdown or they're the last one to score, I suppose would be the idea here. On this 3rd down play, they want to be the one to have the last say. As they take their 2nd timeout. Huddle up, talk this over. So I presume what you would expect would be a shot to the end zone that is thrown so that it's either us or nobody.
Right.
Which is
just don't turn it over.
Scary
right?
to think about because that's exactly how
last week ended.
The pick at last week. But that would be the idea, is a throw that no Cyclone is going to catch.
Right.
Either a Cardinal catches it or nobody catches it, and just a few more seconds run off the clock. I don't think I've ever seen this, a team seemingly settling for a field goal but not actually, because it's still 3rd down.
Just trying to give as little time as possible.
I understand what's going on. I've just never seen a strategy play out like this. The Cyclones crowd getting loud here. 3rd and 10 from the 13 and flags.
Blown dead.
Well, I don't see a flag. No, it's not. It's just a timeout for the Cyclones. So we will go ahead and take a quick break here now as the defense want to talk this one over with 19 seconds to go before halftime.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Back out here, 3rd and 10 once again. I don't know why they haven't put the 0.4 seconds back on the clock, but 19 seconds has become 18.6 seconds. Hopefully that doesn't factor into anything. I doubt it will.
Say if we run 0.4 seconds shy, we'll be looking back at that.
2 receivers to the right. Watson. In motion is Jarrett from where Van Dong is normally stationed, and it's a give to Moody. They showed pass and went for a run. And so I guess they will now take their final timeout after having killed 5 seconds.
And I'd feel okay about that if I'm Coach Steffen. You're not, 14 seconds is not nothing.
You'll feel okay after Nate puts it through the uprights.
Right.
Assuming that they are going to go for the field goal, which I'm not exactly seeing. Yeah, and there, away from that huddle, I just saw a coach point, hey, 99, get over here. So it's Nate's time like he will be called upon. He has missed his only field goal attempt so far this season, but 7 of 8 for PATs. And this is a shorter one. I seem to recall it was a pretty short one, though, that he missed before. And
that was the one you and I jinxed.
Yeah, the struggles have really been the elevation on the kick. It's not. It would almost be flattering to say that his kick was blocked by the defense, flattering to the defense, that is, because he more just kicked it into them. He wasn't able to get it off the ground. He needs to get that elevation right off the bat. I was taking note of his form, and he's doing a much more soccer form than what the typical form from a field goal kicker is. So this is going to be from the 14, so that's a 24-yard attempt. It is up, it looks good, and it is in.
It is.
So Steinlage, with his first field goal of his senior year, makes it 10-14 here. Cardinals trailing by 4. This was the exact lead that the Cardinals had for a long time in the last game, and last year, 14-10. The Cyclones got a late touchdown, ended up being decisive. The Cardinals within 4 points here. It's a pretty good spot to be in, and their offense has been clicking. 11 seconds left. They've got to follow the job. Don't kick it to 4.
Yep, don't kick it to 4. And finish red zone offense, right? I mean, just capitalizing on those opportunities when you get them, but you can't complain at all at this point.
So
this
interestingly,
is very close.
We've seen those short kicks from Nate, and Nate is back out there to take this kickoff. Of course, you're not going to kick it to Sims on this one, but
you don't want to give him great field position
Yeah,
either.
do you do the same ideology? I'm not sure if you want to still kick it to the 30. He might try and put it a little deeper, but you just cannot play with the fire that is Nate Sims. So
absolutely.
But then, yeah, you'd hate for them to be in a good spot to then just throw it to Sims on a potential Hail Mary type play.
Range, yeah.
So this is interesting, all kinds of strategies going on. Sims is the middle of 3 returners standing at the 10-yard line. I don't imagine that'll factor in, but you never know. Steinlage is going to make a short run up here, 4 yards away from the ball.
Clearly trying to not put too much boost on this ball.
He will go. It's going to get to Sims. Sims at the 21. Fair caught it. Well, how about that?
Interesting.
I didn't even see that. Did you see him fair catch it?
I didn't see him fair catch it. I mean, I don't know.
I guess
how
they're
I feel
preserving
about that.
time, I suppose.
Yes, but either way, your goal was to get to the end zone. So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
It does show the coaching likes their odds better of scoring on offense versus letting Nate Sims run that kickback.
Yeah,
Which
I'm not really sure about what
with.
either team just did there. I'm not sure I like that kick, and I definitely, for the Cyclones' sake, don't like the fair catch from Sims. But
no, I like just putting the ball in his hands, letting him try to make a run.
We're not the coaches. Who are we? We're just a couple of guys with microphones.
Somebody gave us headsets.
So 11 seconds left for this Cyclones offense, and before they get to go, a flag will come in.
Looks like a false start. We'll wait
for
the call.
It's in the defensive secondary. White hats, by the way.
Yep.
Talking it over
discussion
here, which is interesting.
Having the Cyclones step back. They'd started to move forward.
I'm not familiar with that one, the hand to the heart. But whatever it is, penalty against the Cards will make it 1st and 5. So it's just more free yards for the Cyclones, which is Cardinals have been giving away very generously so far here.
I don't know if we could call it a story of the first half, but certainly a factor of the first half, these penalties for both sides.
Hull gives this one to Sylvie. Sylvie brought down.
Looks like we're just going to live for halftime. 2,
The penalty
1.
was an illegal substitution against the Cards. After Sylvie's run, we will go to halftime. So it is 14-10 Cyclones on top. It has been a very good game of football here as it's starting to get a little chilly at Steve Grogan Stadium. As we go to the halftime break, we'll be back with the halftime show. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
The Burt Nash Center has been serving Douglas County since 1950. We offer a wide range of behavioral health services for youth and their families, including individual, family, and group therapy, parent support, case management, and medication services. Reaching out can be a difficult step, but it's a crucial first step. Contact us at 785-843-9192 or visit our website at burtnash.org. Our team is here for your team.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
The Burt Nash Center has been serving Douglas County since 1950. We offer a wide range of behavioral health services for youth and their families, including individual, family, and group therapy, parent support, case management, and medication services. Reaching out can be a difficult step, but it's a crucial first step. Contact us at 785-843-9192 or visit our website at burtnash.org. Our team is here for your team.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
All right, so we are back here with our Jean's Heartland Foods halftime show. Shop local and support local at Jean's Heartland Foods. Visit their website, eudora.heartlandfoods.com, to sign up for exclusive offers and rewards today. So, Hayden, a very interesting first half. They're here honoring a few different graduates. Another thing I talked about that they might want to play spoiler on a night that the Cyclones seem to have thought was going to be a fun one.
Yep.
They go into the half with a 4-point lead. What have you seen from that first half?
Well, first of all, I've seen a lot more offense than I was anticipating. I thought this was going to be a lot of punts, a lot of drive stalling out right around midfield. Instead, both teams really, even though you may not have seen a finish for a touchdown on every single drive, both teams have marched up and down the field pretty much at will. And it's just been a little bit of a different pace. I don't feel like either team has a crazy advantage at this point. We saw a lot of flags on those first couple of drives. Those have cleaned up a little bit, but we are still seeing a handful of pre- and post-snap penalties from both sides. It's just shaping up to be a really, really exciting second half here, both specifically on the ground for Eudora.
I would say, honestly, I think that this score, 14-10, is a pretty perfect reflection. I would give it, I would say, like 55-45.
Right,
to,
just a slight edge in favor
terms
of
of
the Cyclones.
That's a percentage, by the way, not a score.
Yep.
For Ottawa, I think that they just have that tiny little bit, especially with the factor of Cardinals hurting themselves really bad with penalties, specifically on defense.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, I think that the the Cyclones have that slight edge, but this has been a really good game for the Cardinals offense. That first drive was phenomenal.
That was perfect. I think that was the best drive of the season to this point. I don't think it's particularly close.
And then we see the huge return from Hubler, and then they just couldn't finish it, which was devastating. But
the aggressive play call to try to score on 4th down, too.
Yeah, and I think that's okay, but
I like that call.
You do look back at it now thinking, man, it could be 13-14.
Right.
But I don't hate it. Something that I tend to say is you play football until there's 4 minutes left in the game, and then you start play the math game.
Right.
But I don't think that he was playing the math game. I don't think the coach was looking up saying, we need a touchdown to tie this game right now in the first quarter. He was saying, this is a momentum play. This is a confidence play.
This is setting the tone.
Yeah. And it ended up not paying off for them, but
it didn't kill momentum either. I mean, it certainly didn't take the wind out of the sails of the Cardinals team. They looked pretty darn good on the rest of their drives.
And I think it's great to get Steinlage his first field goal here in his senior year. That might help him settle in a bit. The kicks have been a little bit shaky.
Yep.
So good to see 99 put one through. He may have to do that more in this game. Last year it ended up being a field goal difference. That this game ended 17-14.
Yep.
And so, yeah, the Cardinals in a matchup that they have historically dominated.
Yep.
I mentioned it, 13-3 over the last 16 years. Specifically, they have won 4 times here in the last 10 years here at Steve Grogan Stadium and 4 times back at home. But last year they lost. Now they find themselves trailing at halftime, just like they did last year. And I don't know. I think there are a lot of good things happening though. I think the involvement of Connor Watson is a fair talking point.
Yep.
Seeing that Carnegie did those first couple drives,
and he did well.
And yeah, he was just pretty much just funneling it to Moody.
Yep.
But he even had a good throw in there that Hagan couldn't corral. But yeah, I would love to see more from Watson, specifically on the ground. I think that's obviously his greatest threat.
Yep.
And
that's a key to this point in the game.
Yeah, and the run game has been huge. It's been all Moody, but the run game has been massive for the Cardinals. And so if they can add in extra dynamics to that run game, how big of a change-up for the defense could that be?
I mean, if you see one big carry out of Connor Watson, he goes for 8, 9, 10 yards on one carry. Just like that, Grayson Moody is more open for the rest of that drive, rest of that quarter even, just by giving the defense that little extra bit to respect, right? Here's this one more playmaker you have to allocate to, you have to keep an eye on. It would open things up a lot more. I agree with you. I would love to see at least 1 or 2 keepers from Connor Watson just to try to establish that threat on the ground.
So while we're here, how about we talk for a second about a potential Who's Smoking player of the game from Barbed Wire Barbecue. Now, currently there's only one leader. It's Grayson Moody.
Absolutely.
But who is a candidate to potentially usurp him in that second half, to take over if they make some sort of big play? Who might you have your eye on for that?
Well, I'll give you one chalky one and then one that I'm kind of liking on a riskier side. I really like Christian Jarrett on the offense out wide because he's one of those players who we know so easily could just break one off and go, as we saw last week, 60, 70, close to 80 yards and get a score. But the one that intrigues me a decent bit, we're seeing George Hagan a lot more involved over the middle and short and of those play-action plays. I could absolutely see a critical first down conversion on a 3rd and long or a red zone touchdown because he's so far today, to an extent we haven't seen the rest of the year, getting involved in the pass game.
No, I was going to say we have seen a very real lack in variety, lack in diversity from the receiving targets.
Right.
It's been Kevin Hendrickson or Braden Van Dong, obviously CJ, Preston White. That's kind of it. I don't think we've ever even seen a throw really to Moody or Duncan, and to see. So it's good to see a new name, and I think both George Hagan and Preston White would love to get another shot, and it's something it comes down to. It's getting a little cold out here. I know
it is getting a little cold.
We're a little uncomfortable up here. It's about 60-something degrees.
First time this season I didn't bring a layer.
Yeah, so the players will be. I'm sure they'll be all right, but the drops we've seen from White and Hagan, they would love to get a catch to feel more self-confidence, and I would love to see them get involved, which of course would then also mean the involvement of Connor Watson, another big point here. So yeah, with 10 minutes left still here at halftime, as there's a lot of ceremonies going on for the Cyclones, we will take a break in this Gene Heartland's Foods halftime show.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, so back on the Jeans Heartland Foods halftime show. Let's talk about Nate Sims, his involvement here in this game. 2 touchdowns, and he has I don't know. He of course he's made the big plays, but I think he's been a little. He's got 2 touchdowns, but a little quiet for his
He's got 2 touchdowns.
Right, he's got 2 touchdowns. Okay, but like
he's not that quiet.
Right, but I don't know, and
he doesn't feel as much of a giant as maybe we expected.
Which is of course going to be that strategy playing out for the Cardinals, how they want it to.
Trying to keep him contained, yeah.
But I don't know. Something that's going to be big is if they can limit those getting beat deep. And that's not just this game, but right now it is this game big time with Nate Sims involved. That has to get better, and they have such young corners, so it is like I don't know. They just need more experience.
Yep.
Right. But while they're getting that experience, Cardinals would like to still be able to put up some nice results. And it's the same thing with Watson forcing the throw last week. Better those things happen now than in November.
Certainly.
And the Cardinals have generally gotten away with those, which has been just grace and mercy unintentionally. But they've been able to get people very open in this game, and that's something that has not really been an issue for Drew Steffen's defense. So is there something that you're seeing in that, why that's happening, or what do you think with that?
I haven't seen any clear tells, like nothing clear as day, nothing huge.
I guess it's partially they have so many receivers.
Right.
They're lining up 3-4 wide.
Just the threat of Nate Sims is significant to start, because, of course, he punishes you when the ball is thrown his way, and even when it's not, the defense is on their toes worried about that. But it does also just stretch the defense out a lot to have that many wide receivers out on the field. You usually hear that referred to as a spread offense, right? Where we see the Cardinals line up, a lot of tight ends, a lot of running backs very close to the line of scrimmage. It kind of condenses everything. That can, in a way, almost make things a little bit easier on your defensive backs when everything's a little closer together, keeping things in front of you, as they say. When those wide receivers are spread out and you have every corner essentially on an island, it just keeps the pressure on so tight for those Cardinals DBs to be perfect and not make an error and not make a mistake. But I think so far it's just been good game planning from the Cyclones. They have a lot of weapons, and they've been disciplined. They haven't made a ton of mistakes. Neither offense has really gone backwards, but the Cyclones have been very good on those critical downs, been good where it mattered.
The Cardinals, though, you're right.
Clean ball to this point.
They have not been able to force, well, not for the Cards. The penalties have been crazy. But no, I know what you're saying. And
when the plays happen.
You're right, though, to call out the Cardinals have not been able to get those negative plays on defensively.
Forcing
which
those,
has been something that has been a mainstay so far in these first 3 weeks.
Explosive plays behind the line,
That might be something that if they could get that back in the second half could be a really big change. But yeah, no, you mentioned how the flex bone offense formation sort of limits your options, and I think that's part of the deeper downfield you go, the less of a threat the big ball, the big pass is, like the 77-yard touchdown.
You worry less about it, yeah.
And so this was actually something that was a huge talking point last week. So I asked Coach Stephan about it. I said, all day long against Spring Hill, both offenses couldn't capitalize on good drives or big plays. It's a credit to both defenses, no doubt, but what wasn't clicking for the offense in the final part of the field? And he said, as you get closer to the goal line, the defenses compact and make it tougher to run. Our young O-line just wasn't able to get the push necessary to get the ball into the end zone. Each play is more experience for them in understanding pad level and what it takes to get the ball into the end zone. And I think that that's something that the Cardinals almost danced around with with the touchdown drive, because it was I want to say 7 or 8 yard carry, which would be typical for Grayson Moody to get down to the 1. Even then, it took 2 tries. The first play didn't get in, but you really don't need to make much separation, especially to allow Grayson Moody to get a single yard. And so I think it more reminds me what we're talking about now of Des Hubler's big return not resulting in a touchdown drive. It's that,
or any points for that matter.
It's that short distance. We're right there. We just got to punch it 5 to 10 more yards, which is what we've been doing the entire time to get here, and then not being able to do it. And that's just, they're just going to have to get more reps, get comfortable with executing on that. But you would like to see that start to play out here. Now, 4 weeks into the season, not that's still early, but I mean, this is we're going to hit the halfway point of the season after this game. And so you would like to see things starting to click. And that would be in a matter of red zone offense. That's going to be a big point.
That's my main.
The red zone
that's
offense.
my main critique.
And then the defense has been pretty solid, but
capitalizing on big plays and finishing drives.
All these things that we've been saying all day long. As the Cardinals run back out here onto the field with 2 minutes left on the clock. So hopefully, unless they end up throwing more time up there, this could be our final break before we are back with the second half.
Hoping so.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
The Burt Nash Center has been serving Douglas County since 1950. We offer a wide range of behavioral health services for youth and their families, including individual, family, and group therapy, parent support, case management, and medication services. Reaching out can be a difficult step, but it's a crucial first step. Contact us at 785-843-9192 or visit our website at burtnash.org. Our team is here for your team.
Oh, no. Dang it. Well, just as we decided to go ahead and come back here, because I saw the clocks hit 0, the referees out at midfield signaled, put some more time up there. We're not ready yet. So 3 minutes back on the clock. We'll be back in 3 minutes with the second half.
So close.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with our delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, it is indeed time for the second half here. Finally, it's getting cold out here, by the way. Let's get a weather report because it's getting a little chilly, just for us. With the players,
keep in mind for the players.
Will be fine, but it is 67 here right now. They say.
So this feels quite nice for them,
yes,
actually.
They are doing just fine, but we're not in the press box for the first time this season.
Yep.
To provide the information of why we're cold. We're
not
just little wimps, I promise.
And this is one of the nicer days, actually, to be outside.
Fair catch signaled by Moody. Would have been interested to see the starting running back take that one.
Take a return.
Opted not to. So the Cardinals will start right there as they look to grab the lead here.
And a pretty good starting point. You're down only 4 starting off the drive. If I'm Coach Stephan, if I'm Connor Watson, Grayson Moody, anybody on this offense, just play positive, play forward, right? Just try not to make mistakes, try not to go backwards. But the kind of drives we've been seeing from them all day, this could very easily be one of those long, methodical drives to move up and down the field.
So they start right at the 25. That same flex bone formation. We've seen it all season.
All year.
And again, seemingly miscommunication on who was going to take it.
Met in the backfield. I thought he went backwards. They're going to mark it, I believe, second down and 10. So we got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
From my angle, it looked like Grayson Moody took the ball and was just met with a Cyclone defender right in his face. But that could have been.
I felt like I saw Watson desperately trying to rip it away.
Trying to grab it.
So now I don't even, 3 in the backfield, including Watson. And it's going to be a give here. Duncan cuts inside. Duncan with the strong run.
I believe he'll get forward for a gain of about.
Looks like 6.
5 or 6 on that one.
So 3rd and manageable.
The official ruling going to be 3rd and 3. They're going to say 7 yards, so a long 3rd and 3 for the Cards.
Cyclones fans, at least, definitely feeling this opportunity here to force a quick 3 and out.
You can likely see it on the camera. These stands are rowdy to this point in the night.
So it is 3rd and 3. Give here under, no, Watson keeps to the right. He's got the first. He will go down to the 42.
Talk about a clutch run, right? We talked about it. We wanted to see him open up the playbook just a little more, get some of those runs, keep that defense on their toes, expecting something else aside from just a Grayson Moody handoff.
He only had 10 rushing yards up to this point, but has now made it 1st and 10.
Might have gotten about 6 right there.
Yeah.
Just so capable of it, right? That is the MO for this offense.
Now we see Hagan in the slot on the left side. Hagan and Jarrett out there. Hendrickson in motion to the left side. It's going to be a strong toss to Moody, who tries to cut back away from his blockers. I don't think that his coaches would advise that one, but it was also credit to the defense getting in the backfield so quick.
Going to be about a 2-yard loss. And that's why you see those pitches be used sometimes, but generally you see them not used as often in short yardage because it just gives a little more chance for somebody to get in the backfield, right? A little more opportunity for one of those defenders, if keenly aware, to get back there in time.
Watson gives to Moody. Moody to the 46.
Just about got the yards back on that one. Still going to be 3rd and a decent bit.
It is such a credit to Moody. How quick the Cyclones get to him so fast, and it means nothing in terms of stopping him from gaining yards.
His yards, I would love if we could get some of those like advanced analytics that you see for like NFL teams. I would love to see his yards after contact.
By the way, this next carry will be his 30th. He had 27 carries in the first half alone. 27 carries.
Feels foregone to say this next carry, doesn't it?
Right, went for 146 yards and a score. And it is indeed a give to him. Watson was helping push him forward.
I mean, he probably should have gone down for a loss of 1 right there and managed to fall forward for a couple. But it will bring up 4th down right at the 50-yard line. Going to be 2 to go.
Yeah, 4th and doable.
4th and good.
But boy, would you hate to not get this one and give a short field to the Cyclones. Though they've been giving the short field as a matter of avoiding Sims. So offense will stay out there for the time being. That clock is running. Cardinals on this opening drive of the second half. Trying to find that magic that they had in the first drive.
Shaking beneath our feet.
And it's a gift to Duncan. Duncan's got the first and more. Running strong down to the 42 of the Cyclones.
Man, and we talked about it in week 1 when Errol Seaman went down. He was the every down kind of bruising runner who was just consistently getting yards. And then Grayson Moody came in and looked to have a little bit of pop and explosiveness that was unique to an extent. I'm almost seeing that again, where Grayson Moody is the reliable few yards, and when Keelan Duncan comes in, it almost looks more explosive, looks a little more.
He had 3. The stats back up what you're saying. He had 3 carries for 22 yards in that first half, and I think that he's definitely kept up that average with that 4th carry there.
Elusive was the word I was looking for. He looks a little more patient and sneaky and elusive, whereas Grayson Moody is that consistent, bruising, powerful, equally explosive runner.
Riley Nice comes into the game for Preston White.
2nd down and 4.
This is a strong formation. No receivers out wide. Hendrickson will go in motion. And again, sort of fighting over the handoff. Watson and Moody. And I think Watson may have actually kept it.
Oh, they're signaling
ball. The Cyclones think they have the ball. The referee might agree with them. We haven't seen an official signal. White Hat going to talk it over with the line judge, who seemed to indicate a turnover.
All kinds of excitement from number 4 and 8 Sims.
It's going to be a huge call here.
Massive. They're going to call Cardinals ball.
Cardinals ball. Cardinals ball. Coach was one of the coaches for, it's not Alexander, but one of the coaches for the Cyclones simply could not believe that. He was sure his team got it.
Clock will start running once again.
There have been a lot of that, though, that fighting over the ball, which is just, it's something that you're going to have to deal with out of the read option. But it's just, that can be really dangerous when you're running into a wall like we've seen the Cyclones have. Watson keeps. It's going to get past the line to gain. It's a first down, Cards.
Man. And we were talking about how...
Player down for the Cardinals. Staying down. It looks like that is Leland Bradshaw. No. Yes, it is Leland Bradshaw. He's rolled over to his back now. Teams are going to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and do the same and give you an update on Leland's condition when we are back.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done.
Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Leland walking off the field now under his own power. He was down for a while, though. That could be potentially a big loss because he's such a great
consistent
player
on the line, yeah.
Yeah, both sides. Primarily, actually, defense has been his biggest impact, but
yep.
I mean, you know, it's probably best when you're not talking about an offensive lineman, and we have never had to.
The big boys up front never get enough love.
Yeah.
The trenches win and lose a lot of these games.
That could be a real loss. Hopefully not, though, of course, for Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Here is the first down play. Looks like maybe 5.
Take down at the 25-yard line.
And again, it would seem foolish to suggest Grayson Moody getting anything less than an automatic 4 yards, right?
It is going to be a 2nd and 6. It's been the Cardinals have killed almost half of the quarter here.
Coming right up
on
it.
This drive. Again, that bunch formation, everyone in tight. George Hagan, the tight end, is on the far part of the right side. And it's just going to be a run up the gut with Moody. Moody still going, not being brought down.
Right at the line to gain.
Yeah, right on that 19-yard line. It was a hard crash at the end. Hopefully Moody's all right. I don't know if he is. Definitely got up a little groggy.
And he's done that a couple of times tonight.
They'll send in Keelan Duncan to call number 20. Oh, well, yeah, to call number 22's number.
I have seen that a couple of times tonight, even very early on in the game. A couple of times where the pile kind of clears away and Grayson Moody is at the bottom of it, and he seems to get up a little slow, and then, yeah, can't be a good feeling, right? There's no way.
So it's the freshman Duncan as the main back, that same in tight formation. It's still the flex bone, but there's not even a single wide receiver.
Hendrickson. All lined up right along the O-line, though a very heavy set for the Cards.
Yeah, definitely showing run. And it is a give to Duncan. A flag will come in, and Duncan will be stopped maybe after getting 1. That flag came in almost immediately, which theoretically could be good news. No, illegal shift against the Cards. Nice will come out for CJ as that play that only went for a yard will be canceled out, and the Cardinals will be backed up. It'll stay first down unless Coach Walt Alexander wanted to decline that one.
I think I like the call to accept, because even if you're giving a fresh set of downs, I would almost, I don't want to say feel comfortable, but if you're a coach for the opposing team, the main struggle of this Cards offense has been scoring in the red zone, right? So even if they back up a little bit, you've got to feel decent about your defense's chances to hold them as they get ever closer to the end zone.
So it's 1st and 14. And a give here. This is Van Dong. Stiff arms a man, still going. What a strong run from Braden Van Dong.
All the emotion and excitement coming out right there.
And we talked about he was an end zone seeking missile For those first 2 weeks, he was so
all he had his eyes on.
determined to get a touchdown, and he got so close so many times. Then he ended up getting it on a 55-yard pick six.
Yep.
And
because how else could you get your touchdown, right?
And he has not been back since. He got a chance there and had those eyes set on pay dirt, but it's just a nice gain. I think it
turns
was
first and
11 yards.
Turns first and a lot into second and a little.
Yeah, second and 12. So the Cardinals have eaten up almost this entire quarter. Hendrickson in motion, give to Duncan. Duncan, and he trucks the safety. Is he in for the score? They say touchdown.
They're saying in.
Keelan Duncan. How about that? We talked about
I may be calling to report a homicide on the 1 yard line right there. Oh my
goodness. The big plays
goodness.
that the safeties have made after the running backs have gotten in behind the defensive line. On that one, Keelan Duncan said, "Oh no, you do not." And he ran him over.
That was pretty equivalent to a freight train right there. He had so much momentum coming up the gut. That safety had to feel like he was trying to hold back prime Bo Jackson coming up on the 1 yard line.
And it's a freshman.
And he's a freshman.
Duncan. That's his third touchdown on the year. Steinlage will make it a 3-point lead for the Cardinals.
You get a rushing touchdown. You get a rushing touchdown.
Good drive. The Cardinals have eaten up, what is that? 7.5 minutes. A really effective drive there. Got all the way down the field from the 25-yard line, 75 yards, 7-minute drive. Touchdown for the Cards.
That was perfect. That was
5-3.
exactly what they needed.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
All right. So 4.5 left to go in this third quarter. You talked about how much running the ball could just kill the clock. And now a squib from Steinlage almost turned into an impromptu onside kick. It was followed on by Mason Hickox. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You were talking about all the rushing we were talking about, how much of it we had seen, how much of it we were kind of anticipating. And as far as a drive coming out of the locker room to start the second half, down by a possession, that was perfect. That was exactly the drive the Cardinals needed. Not only running a ton of clock, but exhausting this Cyclones defense to every bit that they possibly could, getting Keelan Duncan involved, getting Grayson Moody involved. That was exactly what the Cards needed to put themselves on top and force the Cyclones into a little bit of a pressure situation.
So there's still no Leland Bradshaw out there right now, which means there will be a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of Cage Crable on the defensive line. As Hull looking to throw. He's now tucks it, and he is going to run. He's got 5 yards, 10, and he has brought down a really good tackle there by Cy Thomas. Might have actually kept him short of the first. Just did barely. It'll be second and inches.
And at the end of the day, you just want to not allow first downs, right? Even if it's an inch, any possible chance to go backwards on the next play, you just don't want to allow those first downs.
Anything counts.
Yeah.
There's been a lot. You know, we've been talking about the coverage and potentially them getting beat sometimes, but how many times have we seen Hull have to tuck it and run against his will, against the play call?
Contained well against the
and so
by this D-line.
That is a great compliment to the corners, doing a really good job in this one. Hull catches the high snap, and George Hagan in the backfield. Dante Sylvie brought down for a loss.
Absolutely buried. And we said it, right? We said you don't want to allow first down because you never know.
That went from second and inches to now it's actually third and some distance.
3rd and 4 is the official call. That's exactly why. If that was a first down, now it was 1st and 10, and you're looking at 2nd and 14, which is still good, but you have to survive second down and survive third down.
Could this be the George Hagan awakening for this season?
I said it.
He came to O-Town, and he wants to number O wants to get involved here this season. Hull running to his left, throws left. He's got a man. It'll be a first down into Cyclones territory. Brought down there by Des Hubler is Cole McGrath, the senior, who picks up 13 yards. So the third down play is converted there. Third down has been a big point in this game, and it was also last year in this matchup. Third downs were a huge moments of teams kept converting both sides. That was really where the game was won and lost.
You said some third and longs were converted in that game.
And that one was not a long play, but I think that was big for momentum there. The Cardinals would have really felt really great if they could have made that stop. But still, reasons to be positive as Sylvie trips down into the feet of Klobes. Good to see that didn't hurt him. It easily could have.
Absolutely.
Gain of just a couple.
And you're right. If that would have, going back to that third down, it may not have felt like a lot. It's 4 yards that you need. I believe they got around 10. But how monumental that was for momentum, because if you give the Cardinals this ball back up by 3 nearing the end of the third quarter.
And when it was second and inches, too.
Right.
It's just a
momentum swings huge if that play does not get converted.
So here's Hull. He'll throw. Sims catches it, makes a man miss. Jarrett gets him, couldn't bring him down. He's still going.
Ball's out.
Cardinals fall on it. Do we have the official
that for
signal?
momentum?
It is a Cardinals football. Christian Jarrett comes away celebrating. He may have been the one to knock that one loose. Nate Sims has the fumble forced against him. Cardinals with, that's one of the first, how about it? I don't know. It's not one of the first turnovers. It's one of the first big
That was
turnovers.
huge.
Because
Absolutely massive.
The 2 turnovers I'm thinking of was the Bonner Springs game, which was a game that was always comfortable for the Cardinals.
Yep.
This game is huge. Every little inch.
I mean, how desperate were those last
being
week? How
fought
bad did you need those turnovers last week?
We were just talking about momentum. It's all Cardinals now. Watson under center with a big drive here.
Nothing's for free, though. Got to move the ball here.
Would love to eat clock in the exact same way they did the first time around. Tried to give to Moody, and that's the first time.
Will go backwards.
Whoa! Cyclones have the ball!
Oh, my goodness.
He just robbed Moody.
Talk about a momentum swing. Back-to-back plays, back-to-back lost fumbles. First for the Cyclones, then the Cardinals get it right, give it up right back.
Seth Ferguson just mugged Grayson Moody.
Oh, my goodness, and the defense comes right back out.
That wasn't even, you can't even really call it a fumble. He just got robbed.
I don't think the ball popped out at all.
he just took it away. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Does that count as an unforced fumble? I don't know.
It's a forced fumble.
That is a crazy play.
I think when it came out of Grayson Moody's hands, it felt pretty forced.
It's almost like they basically just hit the undo button. They were like, we didn't mean to do that play last
Right,
time.
let's rewind.
So now, Hull looking to throw towards McGrath, and it's dropped.
Oh, it came out.
Great coverage by Hubler. Cole McGrath could not bring that one in.
And I'll tell you what, this Cyclones student section fan crowd in front of us got
so
ready. They erupted, and you heard the collective ooh and then the ah sinking right back down when that ball rolled away from the left side.
Hubler could maybe consider himself a touch fortunate to have not gotten a flag. I don't think he was. I don't think it was anything too much. There's
a little bit handsy, though.
Yeah, there's always some push and pull there between the receiver and the corner. And in the end, he did whatever he had to get that one to fall incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 24. Clock stopped with 105 seconds left.
This feels like a different game now. The momentum feels all over the place. The explosiveness feels all over the place
3
now.
to the left. Motion man gets it. It's Sims. Sims finds the edge. Janovic will chase him out.
Man. And this truly, I know that may sound odd, but within these last 4 plays, this feels like an entirely different ballgame. It feels like the doors have opened wide up.
There's also a flag down here, Hayden. Don't know how late that one came in. Holding on the offense. That's big.
Massive, especially after a big explosive play like that out of Sims. But yeah, this feels like an entirely different game.
Is that the 3rd time on a jet sweep to the right that
You're
we have
absolutely
seen
right.
holding on the Cyclones? They've got to that
every time.
Again, we gave credit to the Cards. That means that somebody is getting past
Somebody's
their blocker.
winning. Yep.
So credit where it's due, but
I keep thinking it. I see those sweeps. I'm like, that's a lot of space, and then bam, holding. That makes sense.
And I think those are the only offensive penalties we've seen on the Cyclones. I don't think there's been anything else. But that has happened thrice now.
This feels like an entirely different game to me. It feels like there was kind of a cap set on how much explosiveness we were going to see, and now that has completely gone away.
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles from the 2 teams' most reliable players. Hull looking to the right on this 2nd and 20. Now might try to run, makes a spin move, and he will try to run, and he fumbles!
The ball is out.
Phillips falls on it. Cardinals football. It was forced by Brady Van Holten, the junior, and Elijah Clobes recovers.
This is getting ridiculous.
I don't think the teams have moved 10 yards in between the 5 plays in which they have fumbled 3 times.
Oh my goodness! What a game! What a game!
What more can be said? I guess.
Nothing. I mean, you're right. I don't think we saw 10 yards of progression from either offense. We're lost for words. We're truly lost for words.
Amazing turnovers for the Cardinals. That has not been a part of their game. And they just got to do something with it now.
Yes. And they needed it. We talked about needing to finish those explosive plays.
It really does sort of feel like those other 2 turnovers now didn't happen. And this is sort of that first one done all over again.
Right.
The Cyclones hit the undo button. The Cardinals hit the redo button.
In all fairness, we said that last time too.
Yeah. Keelan Duncan had this carry.
Keelan Duncan will emerge to his feet, a little bit fiery.
Yeah, I think somebody was holding on to his shoe a little longer than he liked. He got a couple. As we approach the 4th quarter here, Cardinals with the ball and the lead.
Who do you feel like has the momentum right now?
Cards.
It's got to be Cards, right?
I mean, it has to be.
But I almost feel like you have to – it feels like the momentum is so up in the air right now after all those fumbles. Right. You almost need a few positive plays, right? You need to settle down a little bit.
They need one of those big 15-plus yard runs.
Right,
just to sort
contain
of be like,
the momentum.
All right, we are the team with the momentum right now.
Right.
Duncan, again, the main back. That injury to Moody could loom large, both in this game and this season.
Play blown dead.
I don't see a flag, but I heard flag on the play from the PA.
May have landed over here along the Cyclones sideline where we don't have great visibility, but I'm not seeing a flag.
But it must be. If it were a timeout, something different would be happening.
Connor Watson standing over there close to the refs, awaiting a call.
Van Dong inching over as well. Now all
3rd
3
ref will come on over.
referees that were looking down the line will talk this over. I guess they might just be discussing which team jumped first.
Right.
They could be saying, no, I saw the line move first. I saw the defense jump. And will we get a signal here from the White Hat? There is the flag, and they're just picking it up. They're saying no penalty.
No flag. To me, that sounds like we don't really know who went first.
Yeah.
We couldn't make a call in good conscience. Which you'd almost rather see, right? Versus
forcing
calling a penalty you're not quite sure on. Yeah.
So 30 seconds left here. Cardinals might get 2 plays in. This could be the last one.
Clock is running.
Before we go to the all-important 4th quarter.
The most important 4th quarter.
Van Dong. The give. Duncan with a late lunge forward goes down to the 39. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter.
Going to set up 3rd and I believe about 5.
And it will. So the teams will switch fields. Cardinals will begin at their own 41 on a 3rd and 4 play with the lead and the ball here, which is why you defer at the beginning of the game, right?
Yep.
12 minutes left for the Cardinals to potentially get rid of the O in Ottawa that is the 3-0 team here right now. We'll be back after this short break.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with our delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, it is 4th quarter time, 3rd and 4 here. Our scoreboard's kind of running away. Apologies, it is rumbling here at Steve Grogan Stadium. Here's the third down play, and he slammed down at the end.
Might have had it on forward progress.
Was that
pushed backwards on second effort?
PA said Grayson Moody, was it? No, it was Keelan Duncan.
Was Keelan Duncan.
And he was slammed down, and he then hopped off the field there. That whenever you see players get slammed down like that, where they go head last,
never good. Yeah,
it can be a really bad sign. Which, if Moody's hurting right now, I'm not sure what happens next in terms of the running back depth.
Braden Van Dong, next man up.
Could be.
I'm not quite sure. I almost feel like you'd be looking outside of your running back room.
Yeah, might just have to be a Watson keeper here. Let's see what the formation is. Oh, no, it looks like they've got – oh, it's going to be Jaleel Stratton, of course. He had a rushing touchdown against Bonner Springs as well.
Oh, he did?
There was a pyramid. It was 3 for Moody, 2 for Duncan, 1 for Stratton. So it is Jaleel. No, it's Moody.
It is Grayson
Moody is back out there.
We are all kinds of confused. This is –
all 3 running backs, right, they wear the number 20. It's 22, 21, and 26.
Yep.
It's tough to tell them all apart. But Grayson Moody's back out there for better or worse in terms of injury. And he got the first on that big play. It was a huge play, that third down.
Well, and yet again, it felt like he didn't gain a whole lot of ground on that last carry, and he got 5 yards because, of course, he did.
So 2nd and 5 at the 50. Cyclones have to be a little bit worried here. They're sort of running out of time, and there's not really much they can do about it at this point.
You can't really afford to let the Cards score again because then you're looking at a 2-possession ball game. You got to hold to a field goal at most here.
Moody still the back. Gets the carry. Gets
There's
a big gain. First down and a lot more.
Gain 8 yards on the play. First down, Cards.
Going to get upfield to, I believe, right close to the opposing 40-yard line. It'll be at the 41 officially.
Cardinals have had really impressive offense. I said that they've been a defense-first team this year, and I think that's still proven true in this game. But that offense is moving.
Well, and how much easier is the defense's life when the offense can sustain these long drives, right? You get time to cool off, time to get yourself collected for the following possession.
Of
Just
course, in
helping
high
the
school,
defense
everybody's
out.
playing both ways, but still, it's nice to not have to chase people down and hit them as hard as you can.
Yes. Well, and you're also not playing shootouts, right? You're not giving up touchdowns everywhere on the defense.
Yep.
Life for one makes life easy for the other.
Under 10 to go in this game. The give to Van Dong. Goes to the right side, and he is wrapped up after getting a few.
A little bit chippy there as well.
Saw that.
A little chatter with one of the Cyclones over on that right sideline. I believe he got about half the needed yards. They'll rule him 3 yards to gain, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 here, just under 10 minutes to go in the game. Cardinals trying to finish one of those red zone drives.
Yeah, do you think that the Cardinals worry more about scoring here or about the clock?
Scoring.
So
I would be, because 9 minutes is still a lot of football. I mean,
they had a 7.5-minute drive before. They could virtually end the game. I mean, of course, they're most way down the field.
If they were to run 3 or 4 minutes and score, it would be extremely difficult for the Cyclones to crawl out.
Moody again. It's got to be around 40 carries at this point.
A little bit of a scramble there. He does come up with the ball.
I also noticed
big third down now.
Austin Jordan might have been a little bit shaken up after that one. The left guard, sophomore year.
Now this is big. Clock is running, but it's 3rd down and 5 now, and you're outside of field goal range. You're right around that midfield dead zone where you're kind of on the fence about, do we go for it?
So you have the dread zone, the dead zone, and the red zone?
Yeah.
Nice.
I go between 40-yard lines is typically, so we're just outside that technically.
And the Cards won't have to snap this ball until there's less than 8 minutes on the clock. Or actually, they adjusted the play clock. Interesting.
This is huge.
3rd and 5. The Cyclone fans know how big this play is. It's going to be a gift to Moody. You could just feel it. Will he be able to convert? Watson keeps it, actually. And he's going to be maybe a half-yard short.
Looks like less than that. I like the play call a lot. I really like the play call to try to catch the defense off guard. He did have some running room. Just a fantastic recovery.
Before anything goes any further, would you ever consider a punt here? With the thought being pinning them really deep. Not that they're not going.
My thought process would be go for the 4th down first, and then a punt, and then a high punt to try to pin deep, and then the field goal.
You say in order of hierarchy?
Yes, I would. My first call would be go for it, because 4th and 2, you've got to think with the way they've been running the ball, 4th and 2 feels very, very gettable, right? That feels well within the realm. And this crowd is loud. They can feel it. They know this is crucial.
The give to Moody. He's got the first.
Hold on to the ball on the way down.
I was thinking the same thing.
Which he will. Whistle is blown dead. That's a Cards first down.
It's almost a danger with how strong he is, because it takes 4 or 5 people to bring him down. Somebody can come in and get a punch, right?
That many more hands in the mix, that many more.
That was always what coaches told me was, somebody tackle high, somebody tackle low. If you happen to be the third person, you punch. You have no other job than just going for the ball if you're the third person. And there's not only a third person, there's a 4th and a 5th every time Moody gets the ball.
This sophomore requires about a 1/3 of the defense to bring down.
And his only fumble wasn't even an actual punching loose of the ball. He just got robbed.
It was ripped straight out of his hands. 1st and 10 here, under 7 to go.
Such a big moment here in this game and in this season for the Cards. You can just feel it.
There's Moody. Moody is going to score. He was so fast we lost him. He bounced straight to the right side.
I know where it was.
Went straight past the D-line, straight past the linebackers, bounced it to the right, and he was gone.
The Cardinals have just taken a 2-possession lead with under 7 to go.
And now you put the Cyclones in full, I think, maybe not panic mode, but you are stressed out now.
It's full Nate Sims territory is really what it is.
You are stressed out. You are saying we need to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers. This is truly becoming do or die for the Cyclones.
This is a coming of age for this offense.
Yes.
This is a big moment of maturity here for this full team. Such a young squad. Steinlage, part of that
nails
group,
the extra point.
Having a great day here today. He's made a field goal, made a couple PATs. It is 24-14.
And it feels
on top.
It feels like you're right. The entire offense is maturing. This is awesome.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Might just recrop it. Steinlage ready to kick here. This one might go all the way to Sims. It won't. It's on the left side. And it's still going
got
here.
some room.
Big return. Newt Schreiner, one of the many Cardinals in on that tackle. Big return there. Was that was Mitchell Long with a fittingly long return.
41-yard line. Cyclones take over 1st and 10.
We're just going to have to recrop this scoreboard. We tried to adjust it. It is.
It's a little shaky out here.
It's a little shaky here. It's not going to be pretty anymore. I'm sorry.
At this point, we're in for practicality, not pretty.
I want to get you this information because this is going to be a photo finish. To steal a racing term, Hayden, I know you love broadcasting racing.
Hey, racing's my thing. Stick and ball sports are actually not my forte. I've grown up in the racing world.
So here is the 1st and 10
Sims
on a
in motion.
Crucial drive for this Cyclones. Ho really wants to throw. He's got a man. And Jarrett, did he get there early? Some fans sure think so, but a referee does not, and he was standing right there.
Oh, the sideline desperately wanting a flag. They're not going to get it.
Shaden Knapp was the target, and there is now some barbaric protestations coming out from the Cyclone sideline.
The Cyclones players on the field were begging for a flag. The sideline wanted it. The coaches wanted it. God knows the stands wanted it. They were erupting on that one. And I agree. I don't think he got there early. I think that was extremely tight coverage, but didn't look like anything absurd. Didn't knock his hand away way early or anything like that.
It was
but
definitely close.
It was close.
But that's the
also
whole idea.
What a throw. What a throw as well to put that right on the money.
He's missed some of those.
Yep.
He did not miss that time, but
it's about as close as you can get.
Yeah, CJ with great coverage.
That'd be better than great.
Cole again, of course, wanting to throw. Sims against Cy Thomas. Thomas with great coverage makes Hull roll to the other side of the field. Now he takes off. He's got the first. Schreiner ends up shepherding him out, but he got the first down there. Had all the time in the world, but only because he was running around frantically.
That was all kinds of backyard football. I mean, the amount of times he reset his feet and tried to set his eyes upfield only to be moved off his spot again.
And that's been all day long.
Yes, it has.
Which means such good coverage. That is not easy.
Well, not only great coverage, but the defensive line doing a great job. They're all over him. I mean, he hasn't been able to stand in one spot for long at all. It's kind of amazing if the Cardinals don't have a sack to this point in the night. At least not that I recall. Plenty of tackles right at the line of scrimmage, but haven't quite gotten to Hull yet.
So again here, 1st and 10, Cy Thomas marked on Sims. The freshman against the junior with multiple offers. Throwing here under to McGrath, and a really nice tackle by Hubler. There was also a flag in the offensive backfield. The nearest Cardinal was 66. That's Braden Marks.
Penalty flag on the play.
And it's going to be holding on the offense.
Holding Cyclones.
So I think that's the 4th offensive penalty against them.
Believe so.
And I think that might be a credit to Marks because he was in the backfield and pressuring Hull. And
sure feels like more, doesn't it?
Yeah, somebody might have been a little bit scared of 66.
Well, and this also gives a little bit of freedom to the Cardinals' defensive line. Now that you're in a 2-possession game late in the 4th quarter, the defense can pin their ears back now. They know the Cyclones are going to be throwing the ball. There's virtually no threat of them running.
Well, how freeing, too, is it to have a 2-possession lead?
Right.
They could even, the worst-case scenario could play out, and it still would not be a terrible situation. 1-4 brings down the other. Van Dam.
There's a flag on.
That's going to be a horse collar. I don't even know.
Say horse collar or face mask. Certainly something on how that tackle played out.
It's always interesting when you see a player come up and immediately know what he hopes you didn't call. That either means he did it or he knows that what he just did looked so similar to it that that's going to get called, even though
it's on his mind right away.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't actually what happened. I also saw Van Dong point to the far judge who's standing back at the 30 and say, "Ask him. I didn't do it." But they say face mask call on Van Dong.
That's 15 yards. Just a backbreaker right there. Going to push the Cyclones past midfield.
That is a huge moment for
as
sure.
we creep a little bit deeper into the 4th quarter.
Boy, those penalties. It has been that field of sunflowers.
Field of sunflowers.
Absolutely, a field of yellow here. And a matchup between 2 red teams. The mustard has been far too involved.
Your accuracy on those has creeped me out a little. You are on top of that to the fullest extent. All season long.
So the 38-yard line is where this new 1st and 10 is set up. It is Van Dong again against Sims. Hull wanting to throw. Van Dong's going to rush, and Hull throws it quick. It's picked! It's intercepted! It's Hubler!
What a celebration out of the Cards. They know that is likely. Game, set, match.
Oh my goodness. Des Hubler, what a game.
What a game.
Moment. 5:30 left in this game. Cards have
it's Cards ball.
Now, priority 1, protect the football. But
right,
what a play.
Do not turn it over.
Woo, what a play. I don't Hull force that when Van Dong showed that he was going to press on Sims and instead rushed the quarterback. I think it freaked Hull out. He just, he said,
slowed down the process
just
a little bit.
Button, and he threw that one, rushed it in there, and Des Hubler with the pick.
We talk about capitalizing, right? What a way to capitalize on a little mistake out of the Cyclones offense as this one's blown dead.
Oh boy, that'll be a false start. 3 crucial turnovers after talking about how this is a conservative defense, and they've still played that way. It's really been handed to them by the Cyclones on a couple occasions. Those illegal, the shifts have come in here today, which is interesting. The Cardinals aren't necessarily doing anything different.
Just a lot of motion.
So yeah, maybe there's something that this referee crew is seeing differently, or maybe there's something that is actually playing out
just little
differently than it should be.
You're right, though. It's been a lot of the same as the last couple of weeks, just getting called a lot more, it seems.
And that'll happen. Some crews will see things differently.
Yep.
This is a give to Moody. He's running backwards.
Still moving.
Oh my goodness, he almost got the full 15.
He's going to get within about
strong.
2 yards. Turn 2nd and 15 into, I believe, 3rd down and 2, maybe less. They're going to call it 1.
Moody is such a phenomenal runner after contact. I have never seen anything like it.
No. And again, we cannot emphasize this enough. Sophomore. Sophomore.
Right?
We have 2 more years of this.
Reminds me a little bit of it's Braylon Allen, the
Yes.
20-year-old
Yep.
who's on Coach Walt Alexander's favorite NFL team, the New York Jets.
And
Such a
play-by-play
strong-
commentator Reed McAvoy's
such a
favorite team,
strong
the New York
runner.
Jets.
At 20 years old, and
He's phenomenal.
sophomore season, Moody's looking a lot like him, maybe even stronger.
Maybe stronger.
Relative to his opponents here.
Relative to his size.
4:30 left in this game. Cards with the ball in a 2-possession lead. Moody stuffed
go
for
backwards.
only maybe the 2nd time today. He's got to be approaching 50 carries.
I mean, equally, he's got to be crossing close to 200 yards at this point.
Oh yeah, he
Certainly.
came out of the first half with 146. So
Yeah.
to throw on another touchdown, I think it's almost for sure he's got that 200 mark.
Worth noting, the temp continuing to fall shouldn't be any kind of negative impact to the players out on the field. Should actually feel quite nice to them at the moment, but
All of
sinking
this-
down around 65 degrees for us.
All of this phenomenal action on Eudora Sports Live has been presented by Kansas Insurance, where they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600.
It's been such an exciting game, we almost forgot to.
Well, it feels fitting.
mix
I was
in-
going to say, they're looking for some insurance points here. So I had to bring up the Kansas Insurance presenting sponsor right
Love it.
there. With 3:45 left in the game, Van Dong motions right, another give. It's Moody again. You can see the Cyclones are now just ripping for the football. And now a timeout going to be taken. Cyclones can feel time running
Here it
away from
begins.
them. So they will take the first of their 3 timeouts, and we will go ahead and take a short break here.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Cyclones have to be thinking turnover here. It's the only option.
Running out of options quickly.
It is 2nd and 9 though, so they could look for that turnover by way of forcing a 4th down, but it's getting late here. And it's done so quickly because both teams have been running the ball a lot. One team by the way of their quarterback, and the other by literally just one man, Grayson Moody, all day long.
How big was getting the ball to start the second half?
Oh yeah.
How huge was that?
And that goes all the way back to their first offensive drive, responding to the Cyclones' opening touchdown. All of this game has been so well done by the Cardinals. And I thought Hendrickson had the ball for a second.
Moody as well.
He broke out of there, but it was Moody who maybe gets half of that 2nd and 9.
Going to bring up 3rd and I believe 4.
Looks more like 6 here from the spot, which might be a little bit.
3rd and 6.
Yeah, a little. I don't know.
I was being wishful. I was being wishful.
I don't know. It seemed like Moody got a little further, but just like always, he was brought down by a pile of people, so it's a little hard to see the spot.
Also, like always, 3 to 4 yards. Kind of the hallmark of Grayson Moody's season so far with the Eudora Cardinals.
Under 3 to go. Cardinals have to be feeling good, but job is so not done.
A first down
job
here.
Job is so not done. There have been much crazier things than a team scoring 10 points in 3 minutes, especially with 2 timeouts left.
Now I'll ask you, if you're the coach here, are you running the ball or you think you're throwing it? Because you don't want to risk an incompletion.
It's running all day long. I don't see. The only way you would pass as a timeout's going to be taken here is if you're doing that to subvert expectations and hope that that can be the final dagger. Like if you send Jared on a go route and you do a play action fake for literally the first time today, and then throw to 10. Yeah, that could work, but I don't think that we need to be playing with fire like that.
No.
But they kind of have the freedom to. The 2-possession lead is so big.
That's freeing in every way.
To think that even if you were to throw that interception, that the Cyclones would still have so much work to do.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think they need to be risking that. Now I do think that if the Cyclones get this ball back anytime soon, that the coach will tell Hayden Hull, don't even think about tucking this thing.
Right.
Because you want to throw it so that you either get a big gain or
stop the
incomplete,
clock.
so that the clock stops.
Yep. Time is the enemy of the Cyclones at this point, for sure. Cardinals trying to use it to their advantage, but they need a first down here to keep using it to their advantage.
Team's going to re-huddle here, coming out of that timeout.
I'm getting a little bit chilly, Reed.
Oh yeah.
We've been
cold.
moving around plenty, thankfully.
It's been cold. 3rd and 6.
A chant from the crowd
35.
awakens.
And whistles. Oh boy. You, at this point of the season, are very familiar with what it means when they decide to stop the play.
Certainly so.
Rather than letting it play out for the offense.
Wait for that spinning motion of the hands from the ref.
Oh! Oh,
wow.
Oh, okay. Encroachment on the offense, or offsides on the offense, which is different
haven't
from
seen that,
but
yeah.
not very different.
It's very similar.
He said encroachment on the offense, which isn't really a thing.
No. Encroachment is a defensive penalty.
Yeah.
To my knowledge.
It
However,
just
we'll back the cards up. Going to be 3rd down and 11 to 12.
Yeah.
Heard one thing on the PA, one thing on the board. Either way, 3rd and long. And now what do you do? Do you throw it and keep running the clock? Do you run it and keep running the clock?
3rd and 11.
Or you take the chance?
I just don't. I think you might even be okay punting. I think it's fine.
I think a lot of coaches would run the ball and punt here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any worry. Whoa, that doesn't help though. As Moody brought down for a loss of quite a few, actually.
I think it goes without saying the defense knows what's coming by now. They are certainly keying in.
So I imagine the Cyclones would take their final timeout.
They did. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, right at 2:43. So
still
it'll
so
have
much work
to be
do.
quick. Now, have we seen a Cardinals punt yet? I don't think so.
No.
Steinlage will have work to do in terms of avoiding number 4. It is hard to spot punt, which is to kick with accuracy.
Exactly.
And if you want to do that, then you're going to have to sacrifice distance from a Steinlage perspective.
Right.
Maybe if you're Pat McAfee, you can get it all the way down to the 2 and not worry about it. But for someone who's just in high school, here in his first year on the football team, it's going to be a lot like those kickoffs where we're going to sacrifice distance in order to not get it to 4. And they're actually going to send 2 returners, Steve. So that might provide some freedom to Steinlage. Jace Morning, the sophomore, is going to be back there with Sims. That's number 4 and number 12 if you want to show them that real quick. That's what the return team looks like. We'll go back down to the line. Steinlage here to punt.
I'd look for this one to go to the right side.
And indeed it does, and he keeps it low, and it's actually going to bobble, and Sims backs away from it. Interesting to see how passive Sims has been in moments like this.
Oh, flags emerging now over by the 20-yard line where that
all
punt
the way back
came
at
from.
the 28, yeah.
Ooh, be interested to see if that's a block, perhaps, maybe a hold.
Yeah, I would.
But that punt looked pretty clean.
I would imagine holding.
I would think so.
It did seem. Oh, yeah. Oh, personal
Offsetting
foul.
penalties.
Personal foul on both sides. There might have been something unsavory
A little bit of
going on
chippiness,
somewhere in there. So I think that'll just be a redo, right? Unless it was post punt.
I believe they'll offset the yardage and they will just resume play from where that punt was downed. We'll see. Either way, that chippiness is kind of the thing you expect. They are gonna.
Well, let's see.
Maybe.
Here. Follow the ref.
Yep. That kind of chippiness is something we do expect to see a team. When you see a team down by double digits at home, closing up in the 4th quarter, you expect to see a little bit of that. Let's call it not excitement.
This could be some sweet revenge, I think, for the Cards.
Talk about spoiling a
special night.
Spoiling a special night, yeah.
I think that the Cardinals will relish that here in this matchup. I already made the ketchup and mustard reference. There's been a lot of mustard in this game.
A lot of mustard.
Way more than I would ever want on my hot dog.
I'm not a mustard guy.
No,
I'll be real
me
with you.
neither. So, of course, we know what the play call here is. It's going to be a throw, just like it's been all day long. There might just be a little bit less of that tendency for Hull to pull
Coverage
and
playing
run.
off.
And that should be a false start, just based on the way they're stopping everything. Indeed it is.
Again, the things that come from being down late, right? You don't see it all the time, but you're not necessarily surprised, I don't think, to see a little bit of, whether it's excitement or anxiety or just nervousness, a couple of those little errors that you weren't seeing as much of in the midpoints of this game.
And we are on the cusp of a special moment for this young Cardinals team.
Certainly
this could be a really fun following week to feel good, a feel good Friday moment, right? This could be so special for them. But 2.5 minutes left. Calma.
And we talked last week, they went into a slide after losses last year. We wanted to try to prevent that at all costs.
Ooh, a quick throw, and McGrath totally should have caught that one. But if he's not going to catch it, falling incomplete is the next best option for the Cyclones.
Man, oh man.
Somehow that play only took 2 seconds.
I mean, we've seen a lot of penalties, sure, but what an impressive night for this Cardinals team as a whole. The execution, the momentum, the sound fundamentals across the board, doing exactly what they needed to do to the point where they didn't really need the explosive plays.
Yeah.
Right? You do your job on those long drives. You don't really need the explosiveness.
The one huge play resulted in nothing, oddly enough.
Right.
And everything else has just been grinding work for the Cardinals. This is a run, which is a confusing play call on 2nd and 15 in this game situation. Simply mind-boggling.
I believe the Cyclones are out of timeouts, correct?
Yeah.
So the 2-minute warning is the only clock stoppage left outside of incompletions or penalties.
Yeah, I really do not get that play call. But 3rd and 11 now. Will the Cyclones get it off before the 2-minute? I don't know if we do the 2-minute.
They're not going to whistle it dead.
Hull under a lot of pressure, making men miss. Sacked. Big play. It's George Hagan.
Who?
O-Town.
Not to keep standing on it, but I said it at halftime. I said that's my fun impact player.
Yeah,
that's my fun player that I'd love to see.
A big game here.
Make some plays, and boy, has he done it.
The junior coming alive here.
I was looking more on the offensive side. He's been bigger on defense.
Yeah, which is why we normally are calling his name.
Right.
But if he could get involved both sides here this season, that could be really fun.
It's phenomenal.
0 is also just a great-looking jersey number.
It is. It's a perfect jersey number.
4th and 12 now. If they don't get it, Cardinals will win and end the undefeated season. Cy Thomas. Oh, it's caught! Oh, my word!
Oh, my goodness.
Thomas had it, and then Aiden McCullough brought it down. And now Cy Thomas will stay down. Thomas had it in his hands.
Signs of life.
And McCullough took it away. So this game's still going. 60 seconds left. Wow, what a play, what a moment.
Ref stopped the clock for a moment there.
And then they're going to spike it. Yeah, first down always would do that.
Yep.
And then they will spike it there. Well, the clock, yeah, I don't know if the clock did what it was supposed to there.
I believe so. I think the ref held it to get them set.
Yeah, but not even a second came off. I don't know if they'll, yeah, Stefan's complaining about it.
Did he land out of bounds? I didn't think so. But he was close to the boundary.
Late substitution for the Cards as Watson ran out and Marks ran in. Those are two very different sized people.
I feel like we still have to note the Cardinals have not secured this thing yet. I mean, there's a minute left.
Yeah.
The Cyclones pushing right up to the end zone.
They were
if
about
they
to.
Score here,
they were literally about to.
Yes, yes, they were inches away on that 4th down.
Fingertips. But yeah, no, the clock now running, so I don't know what happened on that first down play. Hull throws towards Sims. Incomplete. Jarrett got there. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that was the scoreboard said first down. Chain said second.
That was second down after the spike. That was second down.
Let's just focus on the play there. Christian Jarrett, really big play to get it away from Sims.
Okay, now I am confused.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, it's confusing.
I'm confused.
It's confusing. I promise.
We're looking at second or third down. Stadium calls second.
We literally watched them spike the ball on first down, and then have an incompletion, and it's 2nd and 10. So, you did the math.
The math ain't mathin'.
Hole. Looking towards Sims, looks away from him, throws short. Here is McCullough. McCullough.
Brought down in bounds. That's huge. Absolutely massive tackle right there. Clock now running as we're under 30 seconds to roll now. Oh, clock going to stop just over.
I guess the Cyclones had one left. The Cardinals must have taken 2 timeouts ago. I didn't catch which team took it. We assumed Cyclones. Must have been the Cards. Some confusing things going on.
I thought
here.
I heard Cyclones final timeout a little while ago, so I am equally confused.
I don't know why it's 3rd down. I didn't know the Cyclones had a timeout remaining, which if they did, then why didn't they use it before? Weird things are happening.
Let's go to what we do know on the board.
Let's look at the new situation.
We have 31 seconds to go. 3rd down and 3.
Left. Cardinals 10 points to the good.
I guess we kind of just have to look to what we have, right?
There's no time like the present, and whatever the heck is going on. 31 seconds left.
Funky Friday.
And 31, or 3-1 rather, would also be the Cyclones' record if they can't change this score right now, which there's more than just getting into the end zone that they have to do. I would be interested. We haven't seen their kicker do a field goal, but a touchdown's actually the quicker or the play that you can do at any time.
Right.
Whereas a field goal takes more time.
Yeah.
And so if they could get close enough, they might kick that field
just
goal
try
and
to
try
take
it
the 3.
onside.
Yeah.
Just to give themselves the best chance statistically to force OT. The Cardinals lost at OT last week. Hull all by himself. Mark's getting close to him, throwing deep for Sims. Sims caught it! Wow!
Oh my goodness!
Against Christian Jarrett.
It felt like
Sims with the hat trick.
It felt like CJ only had him for so long, right? You could only keep him. You could only keep a cap on him for such a long time.
He may have even gotten there early again, and Sims still brought
Didn't matter.
It. Woo! It's getting uncomfortable.
Getting uncomfortable now.
But that's kind of fun, isn't it? Wow, this is such a good game.
Phenomenal game. The Cardinals still trying to play spoiler.
This kick here, very big.
This is massive. He never misses, dare I say.
For Josh Audis. And it is up and good. So they are within 3. I can't even send you to break. We got to keep it here. It's so.
And now the strategy comes in, right? Now it's.
Well, they're gonna
you have to onside kick it. You have to.
And that's, for a young team like this Cardinals team is, that's scary.
Yes.
I would hope, and I imagine.
Onside kicks are all disciplined.
I really, really hope that they're well drilled on this, which I would imagine. Any good coach, and Stefan has so much experience, has practiced the onside kick countless times because the ball will come in so many different ways. You never know
it's
how
so
it's
unpredictable.
You never know who it's going to come to.
Those bounces can be all over the place.
The biggest thing is if it doesn't go 10, don't touch it.
Right.
But if it's going to go 10, you have to fall on it, which means sometimes getting it after 8 yards if you're sure it's going to go 10. So it's such a will I do this? Do I not touch it? I don't know.
It all depends on the moment, how the play plays out.
I mean,
that adds difficulty for the kicker. You have to get it past 10 yards.
This is one of the weirdest plays in football. You literally just kick the ball and hope that the fact that it's egg-shaped makes something bad happen for the other team.
I don't know the percentage, but in the pro leagues, it is well above 90% for the offense, for the recovering team.
And I can see the Cardinals with a lot of experience out there. I see Jarrett, I see Van Dong, I see Watson, but I also see Houston Carnegie, the starting quarterback here today. Newt Schreiner. And here it goes to Schreiner, and Schreiner brings it in. The Cardinals can celebrate.
Perfect.
Boy, this stadium quiet all of a sudden.
One run, and that will, if I'm correct and the Cyclones are out of timeouts, one run will do it, or one kneel down will do it.
Schreiner brought it in, and this place fell silent. Absolutely like a library.
The music cut out, the fans cut out, the band cut out.
One kneel down. We'll do
Victory
this.
Formation.
The best
what a
one
game.
out there.
Just what a game.
Wasn't that somebody asked Bill Belichick, what's your favorite play? And he said kneeling it.
Kneeling it.
Because it means we won.
Means you've won.
So time for the best play call in the book.
This is your favorite one, right? This is the front page.
It's almost the same formation, just everybody around to make sure this one isn't fumbled. He brings it in.
Knee comes down.
And he kneels it. The Cardinals will win. They will go to 2-2. The Cyclones are mortal. They have lost here They are 3-1.
And the party has been spoiled.
Yeah. The Cardinals come here to Ottawa and will steal a victory. And there's some late problems going on here on the field. Don't want to focus on that. Focus on the fun stuff here for the Cards. What a game. Another one decided by a field goal. And it's Nate Steinlage's field goal that proves to be the difference in this game. What a game for Moody. What a game all around. Such a phenomenal day here that we have had. So fun.
Man. That's all we can say at the moment.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, we will go ahead and go to break. When we're back, it's the postgame show. The Cardinals are back to 500. Coach Steffen, we said, in coach speak, he said, don't worry, we got it. He was right. What a day.
Man.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Caw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Caw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Caw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Caw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
All right. Well, what a day. What a ridiculous game as we get going on our post-game show presented by Eudora Animal Hospital. Eudora Animal Hospital has been serving pets in Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Proud supporters of Eudora Cardinals athletics. Wow, what a game.
What a game.
2 touchdowns to Moody, 1 for Duncan, 3 for Nate Sims. And the difference in all of that, those 3 scores, is a 3-point play by Nate Steinlage. Getting it done for the Cards. Such a good game. It actually did end up playing out closer to what we saw, though.
A lot of fireworks in the first half. Slowed down a little bit.
Never saw that much offensive output, especially from the Cardinals. And then 3 turnovers.
Within about 5 minutes.
I don't know if we'll see that again. I hope we do.
That was incredible.
I don't know if we will see that again all season long.
That felt like pure chance.
The 2 fumbles and then the pick, all of it. It sort of came to them. They made it happen, of course. They made the plays.
Absolutely.
Especially the second fumble. Phenomenal force fumble by Van Holten. And then Klobes getting the recovery. But, wow, just so fun. Such a great game. Such a crucial win, especially after last week. But just with this full season, with how young this team is, to get back to 2-2.
Right.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Hayden, you want to just give your thoughts on this game?
You know I could. Well, and like you said, you mentioned, I believe it was in the third quarter, that we're approaching the halfway point of the season next week.
Well,
and
we're here now. This is it.
We're here. This is halfway.
We've made it.
You were getting to the point where we were saying you can't really keep saying, oh, it's early in the season, like they're figuring it out, they're learning, whatever. we needed to see some chemistry. We needed to see everybody work cohesively as a unit. We needed to see those long and sustained drives with no back-breaking mistakes and no huge penalties. And sure, the penalties were there tonight, but overall, this was a very cohesive night, especially from the offense. The defense continued to pay off those long drives. Just this, I don't want to say felt like a coming-out party for this Cardinals team because, of course, a 3-point win is still a win, but a 3-point win.
This was big.
This was massive. This was huge.
Such
for this
a
team.
large step of development, of output, of
growth.
Yeah, this is a major moment here.
Yes.
We called it out for players like George Hagan, but it's not just him. It's Watson. It's Moody to a large degree.
It's
Keelan
the trenches.
Duncan.
I mean, the guy's blocking up front.
Yeah, Cy Thomas, by the way.
Phenomenal.
Really good game on the outside defensively because how many times did Hull have to tuck it and run when, of course, he wants to try and throw for number 4?
There was nothing there.
So just such a great performance. This was fun. Man, this was so fun. And you know what? Just to get a bit ahead on the previewing things, we get to see Ottawa again in volleyball on Tuesday. That will also be very fun.
That will be fantastic.
The last volleyball game we called was an amazing spectacle.
That was
Please be there on Tuesday because that'll be really fun when we see Ottawa again in the Eudora gym. But
you'll get your 2 favorite Eudora broadcasters as well.
Yeah, that will be a great time. But what a fun day today. And I mean, we'll get right into it. It's cold, so we'll try and get out of here on this postgame show. But for that barbed wire barbecue who's smoking player of the game, there is only one.
It has to be
man.
Grayson
It is
Moody.
Keelan. Oh, yeah, Grayson. Hello. Grayson Moody, you're right.
Hold on.
Good thing you said that. Grayson Moody, my bad.
One of the running backs.
Number 22.
Whoever was running the ball
what
tonight.
What a day. 2 touchdowns, 200 yards, 200 carries.
Felt like it.
I mean, they leaned on him so hard. I don't
When
know
he
if
set the tone.
I don't know if I've ever seen a team lean on one player so hard as they did today with Moody. And
it took until about 4 minutes left in the game for him to really stop getting 3 to 4 yards every single time. I mean, he was consistently 3 yards in a cloud of dust for the entirety of this game.
When it comes to Keelan Duncan, if you want to highlight a play
very
of
worthy
the
of
game,
a play.
Whoa! Has his touchdown where he trucked the free safety. He said, "Get out of my way."
I think he put him flat on his back.
Excuse me, let me squeak right by you. You're in my way. That was such a phenomenal moment. So much fun, energy. So
let's leave that kick return as well. We need to mention the kick return.
Oh no, just Hubler's day. Hubler gets the honor. Hubler and Hagan get some honorable mentions. Hubler with the game's ceiling to a degree, interception.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the huge kick return as well. There's a bright future for number 20 as well, and there will be a lot of those Hubler chants when the Cardinals are back home next week. Such a fun day here. So they split the road trip 1-1 as they will be back home against Lewisburg. And man, I had that one circled since the schedule came out.
We were setting up today, and I mentioned
that will be so fun. That will be a lot like this game, I imagine. A lot like the one we saw last week that went to overtime. It's going to be hard-fought football.
We were setting up, and I read off my calendar, hey, it's Lewisburg next week, and your eyes got about as big as golf balls. He said, I'm so excited for that game.
It's such a rich rivalry. I am so excited to see the next chapter of that one. But
we'll see you guys Tuesday. We'll see you Thursday. We'll see you Friday.
Yeah, what a day here today. So much fun for so many reasons. But, I mean, this was a new offense.
Yes.
And I hope that they can copy-paste next week.
Copy-paste for the season. Yeah. Copy-paste for the rest of the season.
Minus the fumble, but honestly, that's whatever. When you give the ball to Moody 75 times, something might go wrong.
He's going to fumble once, yeah.
So just a super, super great day here. So honored to get to spend it with you, to get to bring you Cardinals football here on Eudora Sports Live. Hope to see you Tuesday for volleyball and Friday for football against Lewisburg. Good night, and go Cards.
Thank you, everybody.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's barbed wire.
The Burt Nash Center has been serving Douglas County since 1950. We offer a wide range of behavioral health services for youth and their families, including individual, family, and group therapy, parent support, case management, and medication services. Reaching out can be a difficult step, but it's a crucial first step. Contact us at 785-843-9192 or visit our website at burtnash.org. Our team is here for your team.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? You can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild. Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community, with all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve. Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Eudora Parks and Recreation is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. Their goal is to provide recreational opportunities for the community of Eudora that will enhance and promote a healthy lifestyle for all ages. The Eudora Parks and Recreation Department gives Eudora residents and others from surrounding communities the opportunity for family-oriented activities. Visit their website at eudoraparksandrec.org to view their youth and adult programs, leagues, memberships, facilities, activity guides, and more, and follow them on all social media at Eudora Parks and Rec.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265.